3, 2, 1.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Two Ugly Nerds podcast. Niggas from the Black Nerd community. I'm Derek. That's Ian. That's Geronimo. This is episode 150, man. 150 is that's dope. That's dope. 150 of these things. I am. It's taken just over three years. Are we on 4 years? We're on 4 years. We're going into year 4 actually because what's today? What's today's date? The 20th. So 2 days ago we posted our first episode, which is Black Panther, February 18th, I think it was.
Oh wow!
2 years ago, 4 years ago, we posted our first episode, which was the Black Panther episode.
Black Panther episode.
Black Panther.
So, if you want to go back and look at that episode, well, actually, you can't even look at it. There's no video. But if you want to go back and listen to that episode and listen to what you get now, it's we've come a long way, man. So hopefully we can get y'all supporting to show how much growth we've had. But anyways, that so yeah, whoop, 150. I don't really have anything cool about. You know what, Ian? I got some small trivia for you. I lied. Small trivia, Ian, real quick.
Okay.
I will have to flex my tacit knowledge of the subject.
All right.
What Keyblade is this, Ian?
That looks like Oblivion. Is that Oblivion?
Is it Oblivion, Ian? You tell me.
I'm not versed in these subjects.
Let you see the. There you go. I'm gonna just keep this next to me in case niggas want to try it.
Gotta let them know, man.
In case people want to run the fade.
Fuck around and find
Show
out.
up here and find out.
Let me see. Keyblades.
Come on, bro. That's your only guess? Oblivion?
I don't know any other Keyblades.
the Blake one?
Black.
Nah, but it is Oblivion, man. It is Oblivion. It's a really dope Keyblade. It's don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but it's as close to Oblivion as probably you'd expect. So
You got you that.
shout out to the intro. He told me he was like, I've had this Keyblade for a while, but I feel like an imposter. He's like, I figured I should give it to somebody who can make better use of it.
Oh, John.
Oh yeah.
John. That's why I said the intro. My bad. I said the intro.
I knew what you meant by that, and I was thinking like, oh, wait a minute, okay.
Yeah, John had it. And
He did have that.
yeah, he's dope, man.
Did
He's
have a
dope, man.
whole Keyblade.
He had a whole Keyblade, and he was like, "Yo, here." He's like, "Yeah, you probably get better use out of this than me, as a nigga who actually likes this shit."
Gotta finally seal these worlds up. You know what I'm saying?
Fact, I'm just going up here, saving all our hearts and whatnot.
Thankless job.
Hey, hey, somebody's got to do it. Somebody got to lead Goofy and Donald around. Somebody got to fix Donald when he healing the wrong person. Good old Kingdom Hearts, man. Hi, man. No, nigga, I'm dying. But anyways, man, let's take it back. Let's rewind back to last week, Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody's out there watching the Super Bowl, and we're all looking for the halftime show. We want to see 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg and Kendrick and all the folks out there. There's a side conversation there that I will not take us on, but that Eminem knee sit, all right, y'all got it, but y'all know me. That Eminem kneel shit, y'all took it too far, is all I'm saying.
Was that really a kneel, though?
He knelt after the song, and they told him not to kneel, and he put his, didn't he put a fist up?
Oh, they told him not to kneel?
Apparently they told him not to kneel. I don't know. I might have imagined that. I don't want to say that for a fact. In my head, he put up a fist, but maybe I missed
it. I don't know about the fist, but it's.
But he kneeled.
Supposedly, yeah, he kneeled anyway, and the NFL said, "Don't do that." And
so he's, the multimillionaire white dude kneels at the NFL game at the Super Bowl performance that he's already in the middle of. How is it going to affect him? He's never going to do the Super Bowl again. Probably wasn't anyway. So, yeah, whatever. Anyways, that's not the point. The cool thing from the Super Bowl, the Doctor Strange trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Holy shit. Draw. I'm not even. Draw. Just
all right. It's oof. It's a very well. I mean, all Marvel trailers are pretty well done, but this is a very, very well done one. because it's done by Sam Raimi, the original Spider-Man trilogy. Dude, we all know this. Listeners, we all know this. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff that popped up, man. It's like Doctor Strange, Wong. They like, yo, we can't be trying to fix everything. Showing Wanda on her true villain arc. It looks like. They showed, it looks like, I don't remember what the area where the Illuminati is, but it looks like they are confirming the Illuminati will appear in this movie. Well, I'm guessing it's going to be like a multiversal type Illuminati. But the one thing that everyone talked about, which seems like the hugest gimme, is like when Strange being walked up by these Ultron sentries, these different looking Ultron sentries, by the way, different. He was being walked up, and you just see in the background, you see like these 6 chairs, and you're like, okay, that's Illuminati shit. But you don't see people, you just see kind of like figures. And then like you pan the camera again, you see Doctor Strange looking towards like the foreground. You just hear someone say, we should let him know the truth. And we see someone slowly roll up in a wheelchair. And I was like, I know that they just confirmed Professor X in this
Professor Xavier.
Professor Xavier. Not just any Professor Xavier. No, not just anyone. Not just anyone.
The one.
The Patrick Stewart.
Thank God, man.
Oh, we have mutants. We have mutants officially. Like it could be nobody else. It's nobody else.
Yeah, it's nobody else. Yeah.
But yeah, amongst that,
whilst we were watching.
Whilst we were watching, we see some other crazy shit happening too. Like, Wanda doing some other, she's fighting off what looks to be a variant Captain Marvel character, not Carol Danvers Captain Marvel, like for eagle-eyed folks like us. If you like pause it and look at the person coming up trying to give her the hands, or not trying, she gave her the hands. You see, she's of the black persuasion. Mm-hmm. And so what I think is I think that's Maria Rambeau. I think that's Monica's mama from like the 90s, because I remember she had like that short haircut back then. Yeah. So I think that's dope, and I'm 900% sure it's a variant. And what else did they show? And I'm slipping. They show what looked like the tentacle monster game from the teaser trailer from the Spider-Man No Way Home. It looks like Shumagorath. Some people say Gargantos. I think it's just whatever. It's a space tentacle monster. He threw a bus at Strange again. He saw bladed in half. See America, Shabbat. Excuse me. I'm curious how they're gonna introduce her in this movie. Her main thing is being able to just rip portals and traverse through them, which seems very convenient for what's going on with this movie. We see Mordo. Who's like, hey, bro, Steven, he ain't gonna just let you just do whatever you want. He got like the cool, like extra long black man dreads going behind his neck. So that's cool. I'm cool. I'm glad they went with a look like that for him. I didn't expect
cornrows. That man got.
Oh, you think? Oh wait, you think those are just straight up cornrows? They look like cornrows to me.
They're cornrows.
I mean, they're cornrows, but it's like I don't know. They look better than what I thought they would.
Yeah.
They're not like struggle cornrows or anything. Like half video games who dress with black people up there. But yeah, Mortal looked good. It's been a long time. Yeah, so overall, it was a really hype trailer. There's a lot of things they threw at us. Looked like they showed what if Doctor Strange, evil Doctor Strange again a couple of times. Looked like they showed like a zombie Doctor Strange too, which is interesting.
They bring the zombies into live action. I don't know what we're gonna do, bro.
That's gonna be wild.
That's gonna be wild. I think honestly,
I thought it was the same Doctor Strange, but like you see what he actually looks like when he's not using his magic to fix his face. Yeah,
there's at least 3 Doctor Strange. There's at least 3 Doctor Stranges in this movie now. We got regular Doctor Strange. We got Dark Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, whatever you call him. Now we have the zombie one.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking wild, bro. May's gonna be wild. It's a crazy trailer. Call out buzz online. That's 100% Patrick Stewart, Professor X from the old X-Men movies. That's wild. But I guess it's appropriate that the first mutant in the MCU technically would be
him.
Professor X, because he literally, introduces the original, the starting roster, and man, it's a lot happening. It's a lot happening. So Movie's gonna be nuts. I'm actually not even sure how it's gonna go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's most exciting about this. I think I'm more excited about this than I was for Spider-Man.
Oh, I mean, even as big. I mean, yeah, I am too. There's most. I mean, there's a lot of like spoilers and stuff out for this movie, or rumors, I would say, for this movie. But like Spider-Man, it just seemed like there's too many things that like lined up after a while.
Yeah.
So it just was like, okay,
I don't know what we were gonna get when we went in there.
More or less, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I didn't know exactly how things would play out, and I think they still did some stuff that was cool to see without being spoiled. Yeah. But this definitely has the ability to go anywhere. And unless you go looking for every spoiler, it's you probably have no idea where it's going. So yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So wild stuff. Really, like, it's interesting too. I actually found that there were we had the main trailer, like the minute some long one, and then we did the second one. That aired actually during the Super Bowl. I actually missed that one. Someone else I followed on YouTube. Yeah, someone else I followed on YouTube. They did like a reaction to both. She was looking at someone's rip of it, and that was like pretty much like a TV spot, like 30 seconds, and that showed a number of different scenes.
Yep.
Especially like with Wanda. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Yeah. So
her variant.
Yeah, like her variant too. Yeah, she has a variant as well.
And the thing is, I just think it's so cool. I just think it's so cool because you really don't know like what that other Wanda is gonna do, how she might react or feel. Does it, and I think it's interesting because they went through their length of telling us that Wanda is a Nexus being, so we know that Wanda in every universe is more or less the same person.
So when they said Nexus being, I thought that there only existed one across all universes.
I think they adjusted. That's what the original meaning of it was. But I think the way they're taking it to mean here is you are the same. You're a Nexus being. So no matter what version of you exist in different universes, you're always become.
Or you're always doing the same thing.
Something always happens. It's not really a Nexus being. She's more like a Nexus moment type of thing. They're calling her a being because no matter what universe it is, she becomes Scarlet Witch. No matter what. There's no other. It's not like, oh, in this universe she doesn't get any powers, and then she has Billy and Tommy, and then Tommy becomes Scarlet Witch. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like that. It's just always her being Scarlet Witch. So every version of her is a Scarlet Witch. So there's no. You see what I'm saying? I think Strange is sort of the same way too. I don't know if they've confirmed that for us completely, but the way they've at least wrote it to us is Strange is.
I don't. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see how they do it. But this Strange seems to be like every version of him is Doctor Strange. Whether he becomes a sorcerer, whatever level of that he becomes, but it seems like every version of Strange does at some point become Doctor Strange for whatever reason, however it's caused. All of that can be changed. Always becomes Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what they're gonna LARP on because that's how they kind of held us in.
Man.
But again, that was an alternate version of Strange when Christine died, and then he becomes this Doctor Strange Supreme. But he wasn't Doctor Strange before that.
That's true.
Before she died. So this Doctor Strange may show us a different backstory where her and how she died before he became Strange, and her dying. The same thing they did in What If, right? Her dying is why he went looking. And then once he figured it out, he got super powerful with it. But he always becomes Doctor Strange. So I assume he will be in a similar side of situation as Wanda.
It's interesting. It seems like all the Marvel Disney Plus stuff from last year, now it seems like What If is having, it's all relevant. And I think What If is going to be the most like immediately relevant now.
That Captain Carter shield on the poster.
Yeah, the Captain Carter. That's going to be interesting. I'm sure it's going to kind of just.
I've seen
unless she's getting really fit and we just don't know, and she ain't on social media saying I'm getting fit for an unknown role or whatever.
Oh, you think she's going to try to get swole for the role?
Wait, who is it?
It's more like he's gonna be the same person from
Peggy
the
Carter.
movie.
The same,
Peggy Carter, Haley Atwell.
Yeah. Well, obviously. Yeah.
Her name is Haley Atwell.
I was trying to think of her name. You know what? In my head, I'm like, oh, it's a new character. But you know what it is? In my head, I'm thinking this Captain Carter, I would assume she doesn't come from our MCU. So it doesn't have to be that same Peggy.
It could be any variant. CGI her face or head. Or
they could do that too. And
they could. We've gotten to that point now where it can look pretty good.
Apparently, according to
Mandalorian. We're gonna roll into that.
We're gonna roll into that
for sure.
Yeah. Actually, that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing I'm actually talking about a lot when we get to that. But yeah, overall, man, this is a crazy trailer. I need to rewatch it again. Just don't talk about it again. I haven't rewatched it since last week. I've watched it well over a dozen times. Now I gotta watch it.
There's just so many Easter eggs in there.
So many all over the place.
I've been avoiding Emergency Awesome videos. I'm like, no,
he hasn't spoiled anything.
All up in there, man.
Yeah, he ain't spoiled anything crazy. But he's been in there though. But he hasn't spoiled nothing. Like he's kept the stuff to a very, because he probably sees all the crazy spoilers, rumors, leaks, all that shit, because that's what he does. But he doesn't bring all of it to the forefront, and he tells you like little things that may be rumors. He only really seems to comment on things that he can show you something as like, yo, we think this might mean this, but he won't say it's concrete. And he has to have something to show you. A lot of people on the internet with the rumors and spoilers, it's because, I saw some, like you said, like an actor list or something like that. So I know that this character is, but if I haven't seen that character in a costume or somewhere on there, I'm not going to report on it, because at the end of the day, you might not make it. Like they could cut you, they could cut your whole character. They could replace you with a new person before the movie. Like, I don't know. I mean, well, maybe not at this point now that the movie's coming out in May, but you see what I'm saying? Like those lists don't really mean anything. If you don't see that actor on a screen somewhere or and even that might not be, that could be a leak scene that they deleted and we never get it. So, it could be a bunch of different things. So, yeah. And we know Marvel likes to give us scenes that never actually happen in the trailer too. So we know that's a thing. So in this, that's even worse. Like that's even worse than something like
this. Whole trailer could be a ruse, bro.
Facts.
I
change camera angles.
Like, they all actually in just one universe. He actually never. They all
are the same actor, same voice, but different faces to confuse the hell out of us. Man,
could be anything. You have no idea. So yeah, I just don't take any of that like with a grain of salt, man. But I love that they did this and that they put in so much what if stuff, because it really legitimizes us as people who are invested in the Disney Plus series and who really like sat down and watched these things and speculated and. Even when we were wrong or whatever, just being invested in it and watching it all play out, we know so many little details that we will see play out here. We're not saying we'll see play out, but we can see integrated here, even if it's not one for one or exactly. Just the fact that we're familiar with certain characters, certain variants of characters that may show up. I'm not ruling out Killmonger showing up here. I'm not ruling it out. I think this is where they want to bring it.
Anything's up for grabs here.
This is perfect to like. They want to kind of, I don't think putting actors as specific characters in a big blockbuster is consider a test for futures of those characters, but like anything Black Panther led, man.
Well, right now everything's testy, so they could. You could put a variant T'Challa in here somewhere just to show him.
That's what I'm trying to lean to.
Yeah, just to show him. You could do something like that too.
Was he gonna get stuck here in our version of the universe?
Maybe or maybe not. It could. I mean, but we've been talking about that. I think we said that a long time ago, even before we had John on here talking about the recast T'Challa stuff. But it's the same thing. You literally just go to them. Now we had the variants and you go to the multiverse. A variant gets stuck here, and he's or a variant whose world has been destroyed joins the multiverse team with like Doctor Strange or whatever as they're fighting this stuff. And they say, "Yo, our universe doesn't have a Black Panther right now. You're T'Challa, maybe I can bring you over here. It may not work seamlessly, but maybe it could work." It just depends on who exactly brings him back to our Wakanda and says this is T'Challa, because obviously people aren't just going to accept him. So that's a whole thing, but whatever. We don't need to, rehash that whole thing, but that could be interesting to do it with T'Challa, man. Y'all go watch those Disney Plus series that y'all said didn't matter and whatever, who cares? Go watch them shits, bro. Matter. A lot of people on the internet said they didn't matter.
I always assumed that everything in the shows were going to come full
I don't care about this. It's stupid. Who cares about a show about Scarlet Witch? Who cares about this? Who cares about a stupid show who cares about this movie about Black Widow? Well, without that movie, you wouldn't have Yelena, right?
Like, I would have given you What If you were saying, oh, well, I don't know if What If is going to be like canon.
Now What If is looking like.
After seeing Loki, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, they did it.
But that's the thing. People were never invested in it. People didn't even understand the concept of these shows. People looked at these shows like they were just little crumbs to give you until we can make another movie type thing. And it was like, no, this wasn't filler. A lot of this isn't filler, bro. It's not filler. Shit is happening. Shit's moving. Like shit is moving, bro. Y'all, this is not filler information.
I guess we kind of have an outside looking in perspective, knowing what they're trying to do, whereas people who aren't really knowledgeable have an inside looking out.
That's
true. You can't really see.
That could be that as well. Yeah.
What the big picture is.
Yeah, the big picture still isn't super clear, even with like the end of Loki.
Yeah.
It still isn't super clear. I mean, we know there's going to be a King the Conqueror in Ant-Man 3. We know that. But as far as like other stuff happening, the goofy stuff that happened in Spider-Man No Way Home, I mean, they closed that. As far as the Spider-Man stuff, that's its own type of thing.
But that's affected the rest of the universe. And
that's true. Yeah. I mean, they could reference that in this movie.
And I'm sure they will, because they said they had to rechange it because Doctor Strange was supposed to come out first, and then the Spider-Man stuff would have happened, and that would have kind of made a little more sense. But now that they have to do the Spider-Man stuff first, this coming after that is like, that's a whole different way you have to go through the beginning of that movie. Now you have to adjust. So I think it's dope. It's cool to see them make those changes on the fly. And what it does for me is, if Doctor Strange is good, it gives me hope that they can adjust for things with Black Panther as well. Because obviously the pandemic and stuff was unknown. We didn't know what was going to happen. It came out of nowhere, threw us off, and they were still able to make adjustments and figure out how to give us a good Spider-Man movie, and then what looks like a great Doctor Strange movie coming after that, and having to change their story and all that type of stuff. If they were able to do it for this, you should be able to give us a good story with Black Panther 2, whatever that is. And then Black Panther 3, if you want to do a Wakanda or whatever, a new T'Challa, whatever you want to do, they should be able to do that well. So we'll see how they do it, man. I'm interested. Cool. Everybody excited. What's the date on that? Remember the date on that off the top of the head?
No. But I think it's like the first half of May, though. I don't think it's close to what you call it, which is good. Honestly, I think it's early May because because we know that Moon Knight is 6 episodes, and that's going to be 6 weeks, and that's starts May 6th. March. So May 6th. Oh, it is okay. May 6th. Okay, that's the first week there. Then May 6th. So
I thought it was the 5th, but yes, it's 6th.
Friday. It's a Friday, obviously.
Yeah. So we got to get out there and see that, man.
I'm not playing with that one. That might be a day one. Fuck COVID.
Oh no, that's a day one. That's a day. That's
hey man, look.
Might be this guy.
I made it out through Spider-Man. I think it can work.
Yeah, we out here. We got vaxxed in. We got boosted.
We vaxxed, boosted. We got masked. I'm going to this movie.
I'm good.
I'm gonna take a COVID test after the movie.
I'm gonna take it one before and after. I got 2 at home. We good.
Yeah, I got that at home.
Before and after.
We got the Joe Byron.
I ain't got no COVID going. I ain't got no COVID when I left. We good.
I got 4 of them joints. I'll burn the 2 just for
facts. just for Doctor Strange. Facts.
Yep. Yep.
Speaking of trailers, let's talk about before we hit Boba Fett. Let's talk about a trailer we didn't get. We didn't get a Kenobi trailer, which I think threw a lot of people off.
Yeah,
because
I was expecting.
It was speculated. It was speculated that Kenobi would come out because Kenobi is supposed to come out around the same time as Doctor Strange, and we're getting Doctor Strange trailers. Yes, it's May.
It's May. Oh, okay. We should be seeing something.
Oh, it is May. What?
Yeah, we might not see anything to the end, towards the end of next month, maybe. That's what I would think. May 25th is the first episode date, so it's the end of May. So I wouldn't expect anything till the end of next month, maybe even early April before we start seeing stuff for this. I don't know where the rumor came from. I just saw that rumor picked up and people were like, yeah, we should see Kenobi this at the Super Bowl. We should see a big Kenobi thing at the Super Bowl. And I was like,
I think people were just
I don't know that we will. Like I like the Boba Fett stuff is just, and I don't know that we'll see a big Kenobi thing, but I was just like, we'll see. And
did they do a Mandalorian thing a couple of years ago? However long it's been during the Super Bowl, I don't remember. I think so though. I think they did do a Mandalorian one. I think they might have done like the thing where like the camera pans and he tilts over his shoulder and it's like Mandalorian. Yeah, I think it was like a basic one. And then I remember they had obviously like the movies, the sequel trilogy obviously got a couple of Super Bowl spots. You know what? Because I think because Rise came out in. Yeah, and then if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure. I think it came out in 2019, right? Damn, why am I forgetting the name of my favorite Star Wars movie? Rogue One. Rogue One had a Super Bowl spot too. Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars movies for sure. That's one of my favorites. That is top. That's up there. I watch that movie over and over and over. That movie's great. But anyways, yeah. So no Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer. I think that's something that people should just calm down and wait a little bit. It doesn't come out till May 25th is the first episode.
I don't think there's any Star Wars stuff in between this, so we're operating all off speculation and hope and dreams right now. But
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When Boba Fett ended, but I saw the finale, I definitely was searching on Disney Plus for Obi-Wan, and I actually found that a little, I think it's like a minute or two thing they talked about, like, oh, what we're doing with the show. And they showed that 2-second clip at the very end of what was the actual show.
Mm-hmm.
So Obi-Wan had longer hair or whatever. But yeah, and I was like, oh shit, so we don't have a trailer yet. So now I was just searching for it naturally. I didn't know there was a rumor or anything. But when they're ready to show us, we're ready.
They will, and I'm sure it'll be great. For anybody out there
before May, for sure.
For anybody out there that wants a little mini spoiler, here's one for you. They said that apparently Darth Vader is supposed to be in the episode 1 off the rip. He out there. He in there.
Okay.
So, and we know Vader's being played by Anakin. So, yeah, by Hayden Christensen. Vader's being played by Anakin. It's funny.
I knew that too. No, I'm kidding.
I was also aware.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. Anakin is Darth Vader.
Anakin is Vader. In case you.
Is there any confirmation of Ahsoka being in this at all? I feel like
but I would assume she's in it. The only thing is they haven't said what time period it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be like. Ooh, actually, you know what? Actually, I'm not sure either. I remember
saying Obi-Wan is on the run, and Darth Vader's looking for him.
So maybe it's not that long after.
It's that 10 years after the episode, after the events of Revenge of the Sith.
How many months or weeks or years?
Yeah, I didn't. It's 10 months, 10 years after the event. You said what now?
Oh, 10 years.
10 years. Okay. I didn't realize Ewan McGregor executive produced it. That's dope. Cool. That's dope. I didn't know he was executive producing it though.
That's great.
I wish they had done the movie though. I'm not gonna lie. I would have watched this as a movie too. I don't really need the series, but
I have been seeing some opinions on that where it's like, Star Wars content's great, but some are like, I would like to see another movie. I don't know. Maybe I feel like Disney and them are kind of still letting the air out because of how Rise ended, episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's still that stigma of Star Wars movies. Is it? I think they're just letting the air for a bit.
I agree. They want to flesh things out on the Disney Plus stuff and get people back into it, get people excited, and before they go back to the big screen. It is cool. I mean, they have some potential. I mean, you've got Obi-Wan watching over Luke Skywalker. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Obi-Wan is watching over Luke Skywalker on Tatooine at the beginning. That's all we know.
Oh no, not the desert planet again.
I'm about tired of Tatooine.
You about tired of Tatooine? Yeah. Look, hey, don't get me wrong. Tatooine in the sky. Look, this is what being a Star Wars fan is about. How long have I said this whole series is about the Skywalkers? Well, on that, because of that, it's about Tatooine too. Like it's Tatooine, the sky. It's all
vast planets. I mean, not planet. This vast galaxy, freaking galaxies. And all we get to see is Tatooine.
This is New York City and Star Wars, bro.
All right, let me just tell you the reason, just so you know. The only reason they're hiding on Tatooine is because they know it's the place that Anakin won't go because of Vader won't go because of the Anakin side of him. So he won't go to Tatooine simply to avoid the potential of him losing his connection to the dark side. Because of Tatooine.
I'm gonna say that to someone on Twitter, and I'm gonna let you know what they say to me back as well. I'm not saying I don't believe you. No, that's a sound reason, but I'm just curious.
I mean, that is the definition of why they keep going to Tatooine to hide from him.
I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna just.
Why don't you just blow the planet to smithereens then?
Why won't he just blow the planet to smithereens? Because part of, I mean, you're right. Well, you're right. No, I can't really think of it, but I would
Death Star, man.
Just to fight it, I would say, well, one, Tatooine isn't like it's not an aggressive planet, so
not a threat.
They're not fighting against anybody. So there's no reason. I mean, yeah, you could go blow it up,
at best,
but they don't know he's hiding there, and he doesn't want to go back there because of his connection. So it's just like it's just like a useless planet. Just like it's just out there. It's a desert. Yeah, some broke people live out there, but whatever. They ain't bothering nobody. Like, as long as they're not rising up, do whatever they want.
Bunch of brokies out there.
Just brokies on the desert. Yeah, it's fine. And Boba now, but yeah. But anyways, man, yeah, that's we'll look forward to that May 25th. We should get that. But Boba Fett, man, let's just run through it, right? Obviously, we got to see all of. We talked about it. My what?
I was just saying that it was a good transition into Boba Fett.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, man,
Godlike.
Boba Fett. Spoilers here. Spoiler drop.
Spoilers.
Boba Fett. We got to see all of his history. We got to see not his history, but we got to see, well, some of his history, but we got to see, a lot of his from, being caught in the Sarlacc pit to getting out to his journey back to full health and all that type of stuff. We got to see all of that. We get to see how he's taken on this, being we got to see how he's taken on this being a crime boss type thing, taking over for Jabba and Fortuna, whatever his first name is, taking over for them and taking over the hut and everything like that, taking over the castle. And he's just trying to rule over Mos Espa, bro. He just wants to, and you could tell by the way he was brought up, he's just trying to do things differently. Hey, I'm still in control. I still run shit, but we can do this a better way, bro. We can do this to where we all good. Like, it don't gotta be this crazy shit. Like, I can do this the right way and keep the crazy people out of here. We got to see the Pike Syndicate come in. That's a big thing from like Legends and from the Pike Syndicate was in Clone Wars too. Mm-hmm. So getting to see them, that was dope to see them come in live action. Thought they had some really good looking costumes and everything like that for them. And then what else happened? We got to see Boba get we'll talk about it in detail a little bit, but we got to see Boba get a Rancor. And we got to see him use it. We got to see him use it and ride it. That was crazy.
Boy, did we.
Yeah, we got to see Mando come back with his Darksaber. We got to, and here's the thing that I think people are missing. This was always Mandalorian season 2.5. It was always that. It was always that. It was always that. Boba Fett was the catalyst for it, but it was always that. Anybody who watched this and thought different, you weren't paying enough attention. And that's okay. I get why you might be a little disappointed, but you should have paid a little more attention if you're that big of a Star Wars fan to be upset about a Boba Fett series. Because they told us, yo, this is going to help us continue his story. Like, we're going to keep going. Like, that's what this was. And it just gave us a chance to give some spotlight on Boba Fett for a little bit, do his backstory, but also let you know where he stands and where his mindset is now going forward. Because without any of this, we would just assume Boba Fett is still a bounty hunter. Like, okay, yeah, he did the thing. He got his armor back. Now he got his armor back and he got a homie with him. Yeah, he about to be right back on his bullshit. Like, but no, that's not the Boba Fett that's here anymore. It's a different person. And that's what this show showed us. So it was dope to see, man. Boba Fett got he got a whole little crew together.
He got a squad, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
And they were able to take that stuff out. Let's knock the Mandalorian stuff out the way. Because obviously the Mandalorian comes in and we basically just cut from Boba to Mando. And we get to see Mando for 2 episodes.
Yeah, it was basically a Mandalorian episode. Yeah, two Mandalorian episodes.
2 episodes, really. Yeah. And I was okay with it.
I
mean,
how did y'all feel about Mando coming up? Like, did that bother y'all? Were y'all like, no, this should be about Boba Fett?
Go ahead.
Oh, it was a breath of fresh air to me, if I'm being honest. Not to say that I didn't like Boba Fett in his story. I love that. I love seeing his backstory. But it was it just felt familiar. It felt right, man. It warmed my heart to see that nigga. I don't know. I can't really explain why. I just liked it. I just really liked it.
Mandalorian, bro, came back and
yeah, man. It was just because I just love the way that they told his story in the first season. To see it again, or see like a glimpse of it again, it just felt good, man. It just felt good. Yeah. So 10 out of 10.
For Mando showing up, draw. You cared? Did it bother you? Were you annoyed? Were you like,
it sure did. And let me type a tirade on twitter.com as to why Star Wars is going down the drain.
From whomst it came.
From whomst it came. But notice this. I'm tired of Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. They are ruining my favorite franchise. No, but real talk, no.
I'll say one thing about the Mando. The Mandalorian, his peoples annoy the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, the old
that's that
ways.
On that. That's that.
I can't wait for them to get smoked in the very end of this whole arc they're doing. I'm ready for Mando ready for Din Djarin to come through and be like, oh, big motherfucker, I got the hands too. I'm a beach king of what? Actually, what I want him to do, real quick, but not before I actually talk Boba Fett. Whenever they do get to that rematch, I want him to give him the hands. I want the blacksmith, the leader, Mandalorian, sure to be like, oh, you're the king now, and he'd be like, nah, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go raise young Grogu over here to be better than all of y'all, and that's it. Okay, real talk about Boba Fett. No, so honestly, everything Mandalorian-esque in the show, I think it all flowed well. I mean, we had to see what he was doing in between after season 2. It made sense. I mean, the whole episode he had pretty much was dedicated to him. I think it made sense. Just, cleared up some things we might have had questions on, of like, oh, he came back with the Darksaber. He let Grogu go. How's the attachment between him and Grogu still going? We later saw, I think it was episode 6. Yeah, the episode after that, we saw the planet that Luke was on with Grogu and teaching him some stuff. We see some parallels from, Empire, when he went to that one planet where Yoda was, and Yoda taught him, the running across,
the jumping around and
the ponds and the jumping and
that's fan service. Yeah,
it's all fan service.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's
I never seen it, so I.
Oh, you never? Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
We never saw
Luke,
Empire.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Luke doing all his flipping.
I never went back and watched the.
No, don't. It's fine.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, that was the. It's a good movie, but I'm not gonna.
It's not bad, but it's fun.
It's good.
At this point, it's like, bro, just go forward. Don't even whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
One day I'm gonna go back. One day.
It's a good movie on its own. I will say that. No, I would say it's a good movie on its own. That was the first Star Wars movie I saw in high school. So I was.
No, it is.
Okay,
it is. Yo, yeah,
I see why y'all like this. And that was.
And then he was like, "Yeah, but I'm never gonna watch another one of these." No, this was great.
I see the appeal.
I'm not
done.
But I'm cool.
But I'm good though. Y'all enjoy it.
I didn't see A New Hope or Return. Well, all of Return of the Jedi until years later, to be honest. But okay.
Watch the Star Wars movies then.
I mean,
me and Crystal we started to, because we were trying to watch them all before Mando came out, but we didn't get too far.
Don't watch a prequel trilogy back to back unless you want some comedy. At least the first two. The third one has some fun parts. Oh,
let's save our boy, guys. Let's save our boy.
Man, I'm about to become a writer tomorrow.
Let's save our guy, man. You see how pissed he is at this bullshit? Make me a fucking Jedi.
He don't get the Darksaber.
If they give my man Finn the Darksaber, I'm a.
That's crazy. Oh, you gave him the Darksaber because Moff Gideon had the Darksaber?
Oh man, it turned purple in my hands.
Yo, ayo.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Ayo.
They definitely
That'd
dropped
be the enemy of Star Wars. Hey, all right, man. Y'all, this was a good run. Y'all had fun, man. It's cool. It's cool, man. Y'all got it.
I mean, they kind of dropped that Visions last year, that one episode, I believe, if I'm remembering right. Where it was like, oh, the color you get is more.
Oh well, yeah, but we've known that. We know that. Yeah, the color you get is more. They used to tell us that the color you got was dependent on the crystal, but now we've also known through like other like legends and stuff like that's not the only way. Your color can also change based on like your connection to the force.
Your connection to the force.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So yeah, when they're on the planet there, and you went there to give him the little armor that the the head Mandalorian chick she forged for him as the actual Mandalorian armor. I think overall it all just kind of adds up to what he's doing in between. It's like an interlude, really.
Yeah.
And when he comes back to that one planet, meets up with the mechanic chick, and we get the dope ass Star Destroyer ship, which is fire.
Yeah, I love that sequence of them building.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
That was really good.
I like building sequences.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a sucker for those. Even if it's trash, if it's a show or movie, whatever's trash, I'm a sucker for those type of sequences. I just like seeing that.
And just so you know, Gerard, that planet is Tatooine.
Oh, it is. Okay. The only reason why I say it like
Tatooine.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks for telling me that.
Just a little city, just so y'all know, because I just heard you say that planet, and I'm like, well, that's we were just joking.
It's still Tatooine. It's just a different part of Tatooine.
Just a different part.
Well, then what's okay. So the main city part. What is that city part called again?
Mos Espa.
That's
Mos Espa. That's Mos Espa. That's where they're at.
Mos Espa.
And
so
then his little castle is right outside. Is right outside of Mos Espa.
Okay.
It kind of looks over it, whatever. Yeah.
That's okay.
And then her little garage area is like a little bit away from the main city center. It's like supposed to be a little bit away from that.
So all that is on the same Tatooine, the same plane. I just thought when they said
and the free folk are out there too. Yeah, all of that was on Tatooine.
That all makes sense because when they said that, I was like, wait. Is Mos Espa another desert planet? I'm like, yo, they gotta get more creative with their
No.
I definitely thought that. I was like, why is this? This is a sister.
It's dry as hell in this galaxy.
Mandalorian season 1, we saw like 5-6 different locations.
Oh man.
Not including Tatooine. But okay, cool. Thanks for clearing it up. All right, so Tatooine, Mos Espa on Tatooine. Yeah, everything with that. I think it all worked well for Fennec to come and be like, yo. What's good, Mando? We want you to join our team for this and the other. And Mando's like, all right, cool. I'll join y'all for free.
That's the homie.
That's the homie. Get the homie.
Yes.
You got the homie discount, bro. It's free.
It's on the house.
For the free,
on the house,
on, bro. I'm solid like that. I got you.
We Mandalorian.
We ain't about to die, bro. Let's do this, man.
Hell yeah.
Who we got to kill? Man, come on, bro.
Easy.
I know you ain't from here, but you know what I'm saying? I still respect you as such.
Right. We got, we come cut from different cloths, but the
Mandalorians don't really fuck with you. They don't really fuck with me. It's good, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I rule them niggas actually. So, fuck it, bro.
I rule them. Nah, but real rap, I man, basically I'm a basic Star Wars fan, but I love most parts of them together fighting and shit. It's pretty much the whole episode of like mostly just shooters. Shooters gonna shoot. Being like, God damn, what we gonna do? You saw the little colorful biker gang get their little shine here and there.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing too, because I think before I saw that finale, I saw people tweeting the black dude with the gun who did the spin move and then shot. People were giving him shit. My defense to that, yes, it was goofy as hell, but he made the shots. If he didn't make the shots, in hell, he had Clown City all day. But he made them shots after he could spin move. So it's valid. If you're gonna be goofy as hell, as long as you hit what you're trying to hit, and that's fine. That's me in my book.
Right.
So yeah. So while that was goofy and seemingly out of place,
it was not. It wasn't. It was just unnecessary, man.
It wasn't necessary.
Star Wars.
He still made the shots.
It's
I don't
Star
care.
Wars, fam.
That nigga did a figure 8.
He did the whole. Wait a minute. I can't do a spin in my chair. I just can't go for that. But
that might not even been in the script. He might have just spun off the strength. He might have been like, let me get a spin for these niggas. And then he's like, keep that like Star Wars. Keep that. It's Star Wars, bro. I can't believe that Star Wars fans are complaining, or y'all are not really Star Wars fans.
Star Wars, when you really think about it, like to me, when I think about Star Wars, outside the Skywalkers, the Force, the Sith, lightsabers, this and the other, there's a lot of weird, goofy stuff in Star Wars. Because it's a big, every episode we see like new alien creature on the fly. Some of them don't even make sense. Some make weird clickety click or gurgling noises. Why? No, I don't ever see anyone saying, "Oh, this is this species, and this is how it makes sense." This is anatomically, biologically.
How do you learn
it's all
those languages?
Goofy. We're just
Remember,
doing
old girl
shit.
can talk to Ewoks. She understands exactly what they're saying. No issues.
Right.
And she fucked a couple.
And she fucked a couple.
Right.
That's her bag. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look. Hey, you like what you like.
Hey, we ain't judging. You know what I'm saying?
Hands
you
up.
got consistent customers, and you might
well. Look, they got a good relation. You know what I'm saying?
Relationships. That's how you develop. I ain't mad at her. Get your parts. But nah, man. Yeah. Look, it was great, man. I think people definitely on that specifically, just to bookend it here, so I don't have to mention it again, but shit like that. I think people just forget what Star Wars is, or because television and movies and stuff, it's like this. It's like the goal is to overanalyze it and find something wrong. And while I get it to an extent, because I've definitely, as it's what we do, like we criticize stuff, we tell what we like, whatever. I get it. But for some stuff, you just got to understand like what it is. Like I get it. If y'all never watch Star Wars at all, and you're at least preface what you're saying with, I ain't really a Star Wars fan. I ain't really seen nothing like everything like that. I just kind of got into it maybe at the last trilogy, and maybe I really got into Rogue One or a Solo story. I got into those, and now I'm kind of trying to catch up and watch stuff, but I don't really understand what's going on. Then I can understand you saying, that's whatever. But Yeah, you know how like Joe likes to say, I don't speak to niggas who only started listening to rap in like 2010 or something. It's the same thing. I'm not listening to y'all niggas who just started watching Star Wars in 2012. I'm glad that you're watching it. I'm glad that you're having a blast and you're enjoying it. That's dope. We're not about to have no deep conversation about the history and the lore of Star. You don't know what you're talking about. And that's okay, but you don't know what you're doing. So when you see somebody do a random spin, fam, that, yes, it looks corny. It's also Star Wars. Go watch lightsaber battles. Half the moves are unnecessary. Completely.
I'll never forget. And people pray in Revenge of the Sith. People praise the final battle between Anakin and then Obi-Wan. They did this 20 times before they actually was doing some flips and shit.
Bam.
Go watch it again.
Star Wars.
Oh my God, best lightsaber choreography. Oh yeah, I can do this too, bro.
I could have done that scene. You need a stand-in? I got you. Your wrist's getting tired?
It was intense, yes. But they definitely they did this.
It was giving the Guap 2000, bro. It was the double fisty. Come on, bro. Like that's what that was. And I get it, y'all. It would look dope because there was lights flashing, but y'all aren't this simple to say that was dope, but the spin is too far. Like
lava erupting behind them. I get it. It's intense.
Just relax. It's not that deep. It's fine. But
overall, yeah.
You didn't see it. You didn't see it.
I told you, bro. It's intense, right?
Every now and again, they do a spin move.
Then somebody does a little spin and a twirl.
Right. I've seen people in broad day on Twitter.com on their main accounts praise. Oh man, the lightsaber battle though.
Yes, maybe for its time it was okay, but
yeah, at that time it was amazing. It was dope. Now in context, you can't praise that and then kill the random spin move, dude.
Right. That's all. That's where
that is consistent. Yes, that is a big moment to look back at. That's consistent across Star Wars. Silly little movements or stuff. If you overanalyze it, that you'll start going, why did he do that? That was a dumb move. Why did he do this? Oh, he just jumped up there because he can. Like, yeah, they're Jedi. They do stupid shit sometimes. Whatever.
And at the end of the day, old buddy, whose name I don't remember, made the shots.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember his name either.
So Maverick.
Whatever his name was. Yeah.
He didn't make the shot.
Maverick, was that his name?
Yeah,
it would have been one thing if he was actually getting shot at, and maybe that spin move was helping him die.
He saw old girl shooting a little too slow, so he said, hold up, let me get there. Let me aim quicker by doing the spin, and he made the shots.
If that was quicker than whatever she was doing, then she was just too slow.
I think that's what happened.
To react.
I think that's what happened. And it's fine. It's fine.
They will come back, man. We're gonna get this.
They will.
We'll get this again. We'll see the team again. We'll see them all again, and we'll get a season 2. And you probably won't get as much. You'll probably get more Boba in that and more new Boba stuff. So it won't feel like you're just seeing his old stuff. And then you can get all excited about that, guys. Just calm down, folks. Just
this next fight is gonna be fire. I'll tell you what.
Okay, so one. Oh my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say this is the next Obi-Wan versus Anakin fight.
It won't. Will it be only Obi-Wan versus Vader now? And yeah. Here's the thing. Canonically, Anakin is stronger than Vader. And Obi already beat Anakin. So I don't really know what this fight gonna be about.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Vader gonna try to come back and get his one, but it's like, I already beat you and you were stronger than this. But Obi doesn't know that. And nobody knows that, like, in the actual Star Wars universe. I think it's just only something we know outside of the universe, like from Legends continuity and stuff. But they kind of confirmed that Anakin was stronger in the Force, was like a stronger Force wielder when he was Anakin versus Darth Vader. So knowing that, Obi-Wan should be able to beat this nigga again. But it is 10 years later. He's slower. And he's got somebody to protect now. And as we know, whenever you got somebody to protect, it becomes a lot harder. Yeah. You got to fight for 2 people. Because now you don't care you care if I kill him, but I don't care if I kill him. So, and especially Vader, he's going to be looking at Grogu like, ain't that one little nigga I was trying to kill? Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. I was trying to kill that nigga. Y'all saved him. Let me kill that nigga now. Excuse me. Let me just force choke that little. If he was to see Grogu anytime soon, is what I mean. That's what'll happen. But yeah, so obviously we get to see Luke and Grogu. We talked about them. They did their whole, just like Luke and Yoda's thing. They did their whole training thing. That was dope. I did wish we got to see Grogu progress a little bit more. He progressed a lot, but I wish we got to see him progress a little more and at least use something representing a lightsaber, even if it was just like a stick, just like, you know, like a little sword, but just something to represent it, to show that he is in some way competent with it. Because that's the only thing we're missing here is, yes, he was offered Yoda's lightsaber, but we've never seen him use one. So he might be able to flip and do all this cool shit, but the lightsaber thing is something that he's not there yet with, which is dope though, because it gives him time. Like, because Grogu isn't a baby, right? We just, you know, reference him as one. But, you know, giving him the time to be able to say, like, yo, Grogu's going to come up. He learned these things from the Jedi Academy that Luke is helping unlock, which is a dope thing, because that means eventually he could unlock maybe some more of his early Jedi training and his lightsaber training that he can use to, you know, be a little more efficient in the future. But also not having Yoda's lightsaber, at least right now, one gives him that choice, that thing to kind of be his own Jedi, be his own, mark his own path. Because as much as we praise Yoda, Yoda made a lot of mistakes. Yoda made a lot of mistakes, which is why Order 66 was able to happen. As powerful as Yoda was, he should have been able to see a lot more of this a lot earlier. Yes, he saw it. He did. We know that Yoda saw it before it all happened, but by the time he saw it, he knew it was over. It was over. So Yoda wasn't perfect. So Grogu trying to be something different, you know, expanding his worldview, being from that same species. I thought it was cool how they mentioned he wasn't familiar with people speaking the way that Yoda speaks. I thought that was a really dope thing. He's like, Yoda used to speak in riddles. He's like, do you remember that from back home? But the only home Grogu really remembers, and I don't know if people caught this. I took that as a slight on the Jedi. When Luke asked him, do you remember that from back home? It's how much Luke also doesn't even understand about the issues with the Jedi Order. Because when Grogu gave him a memory, and when he tapped into Grogu's memory, what Grogu went back to was Coruscant. Yeah. Was the Jedi Temple, was training, not home. He doesn't know that because you took him from his home at such a young age. So even though it was a small reference, it was a slight reference to the Jedi aren't perfect. They are basically stealing kids and indoctrinating them from a young age to fight for them.
Don't they have choices though? They have choices.
No, the kids don't have no damn choices. You got a force sensitive kid and we'll take him. Because and the Jedi got there eventually, especially because the Sith were growing so quickly. Yo, you're a broke person, but you're force sensitive on this planet. Let me tell you how we can get you some money. All the Sith weren't necessarily just looking for domination and we hate the light. Some of them were just like, yo, this is my way to obtain some power and I can fight back against the oppression on my planet. I can fight back against whatever is going. Like, not all Sith were just, I want to rule the world and destroy Jedi. Like that, not all Sith are that way. So understanding that, you understand how it was probably a little bit easier for the Sith to get people and get younger people indoctrinated. The Sith weren't looking for babies. I don't need to, if I steal your baby, that is going to make me seem bad. And yes, the Jedi do come and they ask the parents, yes, we'd like to train your child and we want them to come with us. And it's this, hey, you can if you want, but is it how much of an option is it if
because I don't know if I've ever seen.
You feel like this is your kid's only chance to get out of poverty. When we see Jedi going to get these kids, they're not going to. Don't get me wrong. Somebody who's rich and powerful, if their kid was force sensitive, they would have already been pushed down that path anyway. So when the Jedi are going out and looking for people, they're finding poor people on remote planets. They're finding people out here that, yo, you don't have many options. Because if I have plenty of options, but you're telling me I'm force sensitive, I'm like, yo, fuck you. You telling me I'm force sensitive? Well, cool. I'll learn how to use my force powers here at home.
So I knew that. I've been picking up my remote from across the room all this time. I knew what time it was with me. That's all I need it for, though. I'm cool.
I'm not trying to fight no wars or nothing. We good. Like, I'm cool. And that's what that little moment was to me, at least. I could be reading too much into it, but for me, I took that as that little moment because he didn't remember anything from his actual home world where Yoda and them would have been from. So even though some people took that as a confirmation of I don't remember, it may be possible that everybody on his home world speaks that way. But also the more interesting thing is Grogu should have some memories of Yoda. He should have some memories of him, whether he, not to say that, you know, Yoda would have trained him personally or had him next to him all the time or anything like that. But Yoda
confirm his age. Like, how old is he?
Not Grogu. Yoda, he's like 28.
That's very young for that species, right?
Which is young for that species. Yeah,
I thought it was 100 years.
He might be older than that. He might be. Give me a second. He might be a little older than that. Yeah.
And how many years after does Mando take place after?
After Order 66?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Grogu is 50, actually. My bad, 50.
Oh,
I had
it's
it
a
backwards.
clean number.
Yeah, he's actually 50. He's 50. He's 50. So during Order 6, but we saw that he was present during Order. I mean, regardless of any of that, we know he was present during Order 66 and Mandalorian. I'd have to do a little bit of math to get the words right, but I don't care enough. But Grogu was present at Order 66. We know that for a fact. We saw it happen. And Yoda was present at Order 66. We know that for a fact. So, and Yoda survived it. So understanding those two things, it'd be crazy to think that Grogu never met Yoda at any time leading up to Order 66. He just never interacted with the only other person here that is close to his species, or one of the limited, because we know Yoda is a rare species, especially being force sensitive. So the one other force sensitive species, the same as Yoda, and they don't know each other at all. They've never met him. Yoda's never told him anything. I think that's a little bit, I think you're pushing it a little bit there. So he should have some memory of Yoda. Just whether he's unlocked it or not is going to be interesting to see. So that'll be really dope. I do think it was great. I mean, I think we all knew that Grogu was going to choose Mando. I think they kind of laid that out for us to let us know how he was going to kind of choose it. Just still think Luke was a dick for making that choice, but that's why I think that moment with what Grogu remembers is so key. And it just shows how Luke doesn't fully understand the faults of the Jedi Order. I think Luke is still in this thinking, and it could be down. And actually, that's something we could see explored in Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan kind of indoctrinating Luke a little bit, but understanding some of his shortcomings, but not fully getting it. So he indoctrinates Luke a little bit, and Luke just holds on to this. Yeah, the Jedi are so strong and perfect, and and he's not understanding some of the flaws that he himself didn't miss. And part of that being some of this attachment. The Jedi don't have any attachment. That doesn't mean we can't have any attachment. And also, y'all know when y'all need to break those rules, because the Jedi know any species that is like a rare species or endangered in any way, they're allowed to procreate. So it's not all Jedi. It's just some Jedi that can't procreate or have any sort of attachment. But then there is a Jedi. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. It wasn't Plo Koon, was it? There's another Jedi. This is just random, sorry. But there's another Jedi who he took the Jedi doctrine so seriously, even though his people were endangered, he literally had a bunch of kids and just never gave a fuck about them. Like, just never gave a fuck. Just said, whatever, do whatever you want. Just need to populate y'all. Don't care. I'm a Jedi first. That's the type of thinking that the Jedi indoctrinate. So it's a flawed thinking, and we know that. And I think, the first 6 movies really get you to feel like the Jedi can do no wrong. They're perfect. And everything since then has been slowly breaking that down. When you start watching the Clone Wars and all the ins and outs and the intricacies, you're like, oh, the Jedi aren't perfect. They're fucked up. Actually, the Jedi kind of drove Anakin here a little bit more than maybe the movies made it feel like they did. And now, like, as you're getting more context, it's like, oh, the Jedi ain't perfect. And they were able to get played as strong as they're supposed to be and as connected to the Force. They were still able to get played through the Force. So very interesting, very, very interesting stuff there. But back to Boba. And then, just to end the Mando Grogu stuff, we obviously see them flying off at the end. They're going to go do their own things. We know that season 3 will come later this year. I'm really excited to see where that goes for a fact. Like, that should be.
Now that Grogu's a youngling officially.
He's been a Mandalorian youngling. At least Mando's been saying
now that he's rejected the Jedi way, I suppose.
Well, he rejected Luke's way. I'm listing him as because to me, he was trained at Coruscant. He was trained at the Jedi Temple. So to me, he is a Jedi. He's a Jedi youngling too. Whatever you want to call him, a Jedi Knight, a Jedi, whatever. To me, he's just as much Jedi as he is Mandalorian, as he is Yoda's species.
I think he's going to be he's going to adopt both of those doctrines as far as the path of Jedi and the path of Mandalorian, but it's going to be its own unique thing.
When he outlives Mando, he might mess around and get the dark saber.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his path to getting a blade of.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're literally seeing the next version of the first Mandalorian Jedi that created the Darksaber.
Basically. So
I'm saying him. I mean, the only difference is he's not a born Mandalorian. He's a youngling being brought in. So that's a little different. But I could see that being a whole arc that they do of the Mandalorians need to change and them understanding that Grogu might be the better person to take them on their way and lead them to glory or whatever type thing. So that could be cool, man. I'm hoping with him, and you were talking about it earlier, Ian, Mando fighting the big dude. I think we talked about that when we talked about that episode, but he's a direct descendant of Tar Vizsla. So for him, it's his. The Darksaber is his. That's how he feel. Like, yo, Mando, you cool. I've been fucking with you, bro, but you got my shit really. And I know the only way to take it back is to smoke your ass. So it is what it is.
Man,
now, I don't know.
Catching that man up, like I'm taking away my advantage. But
yeah, right. So, I mean, I don't know, man. We will see how that plays out. I do think he'll come back trying to get that saber again.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. I think that'll be really dope, man. That'll be really dope to see. But, yeah, Mandalorian Season 3, that'll be dope to watch. Back to Boba. Obviously, like we said, after Boba did his whole arc to let us know the type of guy he is now, which I guess people missed, we get to see him make different decisions. He gets the Rancor. He starts training the Rancor. You see how he instantly has this connection with it. He has no fear, and he's like, "Yo, we can train this thing. I'm gonna get good with this." And I thought that was dope. We get to see him move on. We talked about the fight scenes, a lot of big fight scenes, and the Pikes coming in with. We'll double back for Cad Bane. We'll end on the Cad Bane stuff. But the Pikes coming in and having all these, these big weapons, and they're clearly, the people turning on them. That was a big deal. And that's kind of the Mandalorian and Boba Fett's thing. Like, my back's against the wall. There's no way I should really get out of this, but watch me get out of it anyway. And I thought that was dope. You got to see Boba having to learn about creating relationships with people, but not only that, having to listen to other people's perspectives, and him not just being the leader and telling everybody what to do, which is where a lot of leaders make mistakes. They don't speak to their crew, speak to their people. Because when he wanted to leave the city, he was like, "Let's go back to the castle and set up our." He was like, "Nah, we're not leaving. We staying right here." And they was like, "Nah." And he was like, "They were like, no, you don't understand. Like, the people are here. They need help. We need to stay here." That is that's something Boba wouldn't have done, because he's thinking about himself. How do we preserve myself? If I'm alive, then I can help all the other people later. But if we stay here and die, then everybody's fucked. So that's all he's thinking. But the people, they're like, "Yo, we got to protect the people." And I just thought that was a dope way to make him look at things differently. It doesn't mean he's going to do that every single time, but next time he may realize, he may take into account the innocent people that might die if he abandons this place, or if he leaves this certain area, or if he doesn't help in a certain way. So I just think it's something else for him to consider. I thought that was really a really dope way to do that in there. Have them not defy him, but just let him know, like, "Yo, we rocking with you. Like, we on your side, and we appreciate you, because you could have smoked us and you didn't. But, yo, this is what we're going to do for our people, and we just going to let you know we standing on it." And I thought that was dope. So we got to see that. We got to see the super dope Mando and Boba Fett. When they sent, first of all, I thought that was one of my favorite scenes of the whole series. They send the messenger dude out there, let him go talk to the little emissary. Let him go talk to the folks, to the Pike people. Send him out there with some bullshit. And then right as they about to say, "You know what, man, fuck this nigga. We about to kill him." Nah.
They both come out.
Boba and Mando come around flying.
They say, "We got I got the yappa to the left. Got the chopper to the right."
Oh, man.
Oh, buddy.
And he just ducked. He was like, "Oh shit. Oh, they did save me. All right." Well, man. That was to me, that was fire. I was all in. I
love that. Like, everything about that, I love that too. I think that was one of the highlights of the episode. And the whole show.
No, definitely. The whole series, the whole season, I thought that was one of the big highlights of flying out and just start shooting. And then they just get to it, boy. They get to the ground and they get to pop. And they just taking niggas off left and right. It's just, that was dope. That was so dope. I don't see how you saw all of that and still complain about one nigga spinning somewhere, but whatever. Like, that was crazy to me. Like, yeah, they just fighting off, and then they different tactics. And it was dope because it was like every wave, it was like somebody new kind of jumped in to kind of help, you know what I mean? Like, Chrysanthemum came out and the bikers come in, and it was just, every step, it was somebody new doing something different, thinking of something different. It was just dope, man. I love the little talk between when the Freetown folk came in and how they was getting to it with
Oh yeah, I'm glad
with
they came at the right time
with the bike people, and they was like, yo, you don't really know, like it was that. It's actually funny enough the same thing I told them not to do in Naomi, the little townies, and it was the same sort of thing, like, oh, y'all are from out there and we're from the city and
slickers.
But they got it together real fast, and I'm okay with that narrative because I understand that happens in real life a lot, but don't make it like the whole theme to a season or a show. Like, I hate that. But it being a little plot point there, I was okay with that because they had their little animosity, and then quickly they realized, yo, we work together or we die. Which one do you want? All right, let's figure this out. So I thought that was dope. I ain't being wavy now. I thought that was mad.
Okay. I'm buying shades tomorrow. No, I'm kidding.
Should I get some shades on? I mean, since it's the Shade podcast.
The sun in your eyes, my nigga. You see the shit? Man. Shit wild, man.
Y'all niggas is something else. But yeah, man. So we got to see Boba do that. And then obviously he comes in on the Rancor and just starts wrecking shop all over the place.
Yes. Oh man.
I thought that was crazy. I thought that was dope. Nuts. I love how Mando figured out how to beat the Force shields, like learning, like as they learn on like how can we beat them. That was really dope to figure that out. He basically took one on almost by himself. Right as he's about to get crushed, Grogu come out and he's like, well, I may not know how to use a lightsaber, but
I can do this.
I definitely know how to force choke some shit. And even though he didn't force choke the biggest part, he force choked an important part by accident maybe, but he still did it, and it, crippled the machine and saved Mando's life right there. So just, and I know people felt like it was cheap or what's Grogu going to do in this situation? He didn't have to do much. He just had to do enough. And you can tell like his love for Mando is just, he's going to put himself in those situations, and he's so small and sneaky. Nobody can keep up with his ass. So he just dip off whenever he feel like it and just go do some shit. And I think I love it, man. I love it. And I just love their relationship, man. As much as it might be a little corny, Mando and Grogu, man, just seeing them together, like Ian said, man, it's just a happy feeling, man. I just be happy to see them. Like, man, they belong
together, man.
They just, man, Like, I don't care what happens, what they go through, but them niggas together,
yeah,
man, y'all got
like
it.
even like when,
fuzzies.
Yeah, even at the end where freaking Grogu and Mando are on the ship.
Oh, and he's begging him, yeah.
Banging him to.
Oh yeah,
hit the jump button.
Hit the jump button. He's like, "No, man, we're not doing that right now. We're chilling.
We're not doing it.
We just did it.
Can't do it every time.
Whatever, it looks cool. Man.
Yeah, man. Super dope. And then just to back it up, obviously one of the big reveals throughout the whole show was Cad Bane showing up in Freetown. Thought that was really cool. Just gave him a way just to give him a face-off with another gunslinger before he got to Boba. I thought that was cool. Like the second I saw him show up, and like I think me and Ian talked about it before, the pod and stuff like that. But the second we saw him show up, we knew what time it was, and I think we also knew Cobb Vanth isn't going. He's not going to come out of this smooth. Not by himself, at least. No. And then they put that little annoying ass nigga next to him. I hated that dude. He just would not shut the fuck up. He kept running his mouth and getting all scary and fidgety and reaching for his gun. Like, yo, you're gonna die. I knew he was gonna die. The first time he came out, he was like, yeah, but what about that? And he kept talking back to Cobb. I was like, yo, fam, you're gonna die. Like when Cobb, when Mando visited the first time, and then he was like, yo, you can't park here. And he was like, yeah, he's new. I was like, oh, he's new to die. He's not making it.
That dude was super annoying, man.
He's not making it. I knew it right then. Someone's gonna kill him somewhere. Whether it was that last fight, I was like, this dude is dying. Cad Bane said, nah, dying today. Like you see Cad Bane walking in from the desert, and he's just strolling and chilling, and you just looking like death. Like you know what's up for y'all niggas, and he just pops in and does his thing. He looked great, man. I don't know, Ian. I know you're obviously a fan of Clone Wars as well. How did y'all think he looked to y'all? Like were y'all were like, okay, this dude looks menacing. He looks good.
Oh yeah, he got the big old eyes. He got the little tubes coming out.
I feel like, yeah, I guess he fit the bill for live action. I felt like his teeth look kind of weird, being honest with you.
Oh yeah. Talking like that.
I think his teeth were always going to be a little weird to make in live action. But
that's what I'm saying. I don't know how well you could have done it in live action. Also,
yeah, that's kind of the thing.
He was pissed at something.
Say it again.
Whatever. He said he always looked like he was pissed for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way that the artist molded his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting. But I mean,
I think we'll see him again. I don't think this is the end of us seeing Cad Bane. I think we'll see.
He died.
No, I think he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Oh, you're talking about.
But I think we'll see him again through other flashbacks, through other mediums.
Yeah.
They do a series set in a different time, like the Ahsoka series. I don't know exactly when that's supposed to be set yet. If they're setting that, well, it's supposed to have with Eric Dawson. So she's supposed to be older Ahsoka, then yeah, maybe you don't see Cad Bane. But if they do anything younger, any flashbacks, I think you'll see him pop up, and he could pop up in those dope moments. Yeah, maybe not as anything new, but he could still move plot points from things he might have done in the past. So there, I can see him coming back for some pivotal flashback moments or anything like that too. Yeah, I just think they did too much work on that costume design and stuff to just, if this have been the only one time they were going to put him in and then kill him at the end of the season. I just don't think that is the case. So we'll see. At least flashbacks in season 2 of, you know, I don't think people understand. The show didn't really let that know, but Cad Bane is the one who trained Boba Fett, right? And Cad Bane was trained by Jango Fett, Boba's father. So Jango being one of the best Jango being the best bounty hunter in the world at his time, Cad Bane being the best bounty hunter in the world at his time, Boba being labeled as the best, if not one of the best, next to Cad Bane. Or anybody who couldn't afford Cad Bane, because Cad Bane was doing a lot of different shit, right? Cad Bane is like known as like a Jedi killer. So anybody who couldn't afford Cad Bane, Boba was like, well, the best bounty hunter in the world. And Boba was still doing more regular jobs, not just, you know, Jedi stuff. Whereas Cad Bane had kind of, at least that's what they showed us, like through Clone Wars and stuff. Cad Bane was more, steal this from Jedi stuff where Jedi may be involved and you might have to fight one off. Yeah.
Cad Bane.
Let's send Cad Bane.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I don't think he'd be gone forever in live action. But yeah, I understand where people are saying. I do feel like his death was a little cheesy, but I thought it was dope as far as showing Boba rising up, being able to conquer another thing from his past. Right. Cad Bane is this person who's always kind of, you're not as good as me. You think you're slick. Yeah. Always kind of giving him those little negatives. You're always going to be a bounty hunter. You're a killer. You're a murderer. You're only this, and always trying to lock him into just who Boba Fett is. Yeah. And just saying, and Boba's like, nah, I'm more than that. I'm better than that. And you know what? I am a killer, actually. But that doesn't mean I can't be better or more than just killing for hire. I can kill the right people. I can kill for the right reasons. And I think that was Boba's point. And I think that was the narrative reason you kill off Cad Bane there. Yes, I get it. You would have loved to use him, but also they told us he's older. We know he's older. I think they say in Cad Bane, because Cad Bane's people age kind of like us. So he should have been around like 70, 75, something like that at that time. So he's getting older. He's slowing down. He's not as fast, still faster than Boba, which we already knew anyway. He's the reason Boba has the dent on his helmet. If you didn't know, you probably can't see it that way, but there's a dent even on my Boba figurine, and that's from Cad Bane.
Oh, wow.
That is from Cad Bane shooting him in the helmet. That's the main reason he kept saying you should have kept your armor to Cobb Vanth. Like, you would have had a shot against me if you had your armor, but you ain't got that armor and you gave it back to that nigga. So smoke. So yeah. Cad Bane. How did y'all feel about his death? Did y'all think it was like a little cheap earned? You know, I don't know. Because I didn't mind it, but the internet narrative was that it was a little cheap.
My initial thought was it did feel cheap, mostly because I don't have, any of the knowledge you guys have of the character. So it was like, we got introduced as a big bad dude, and he died to me in like the next episode. And I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
To me, he only really walked out there and said some shit once, was threatening, did the whole dramatic like gunslinger pull up on the side and show the gun holster.
Me show you.
And then towards the end, he did it again, show the gun holster to Boba, and then Boba just went fuck this gun shit and just stabbed him. Which I think that's symbolic as well.
I think
symbolic as well, because like
and he did it with the staff
right.
That he got from the Raiders.
Right,
it's tying that in. I don't see how people don't see that. And then
I caught that immediately. I don't know. How
he did that on purpose. Like. He could have launched a rocket at him if he wanted to. He could have just you know what I mean? Like he could have done a bunch of different things.
Yeah, it was symbolic of like, you fucked around with the people that saved my life. And this also shows I have other ways of defeating people besides my old gunslinger ways. Maybe we just get stuff easier than some of the other folks.
But also, it's even like a thing. The guy who trained you would probably know most of your moves. He probably knows how you fight. He probably knows how you're going to use that gun. He probably knows how you think through things because y'all have been on the same side and you trained him. So now the significance of Boba becoming his real own person, developing past the bounty hunter mentality that Cad Bane kind of instilled in him, that his father kind of handed down to him, and just growing from that. Like, I can be bigger than just this bounty hunter person. I can do good too. Like, I can show y'all I can do good. It might not be good in the way that y'all want it to be. It might not be good in the, we just put people in jail and fair trials. It might not be that, but it is something. Like, it is better than what was happening before. And then, so for him to defeat him using the new skill he developed is like big. Like, to me, I'm like, yeah, that's smart. That makes sense. If to me, it would have felt cheap if he had shot him and he died. If he said, I'm faster than you now, and shot him, I would have been like, oh, that's cheap. I'd have been all with you guys. I would have been, not with you guys, but I would have been with most of the internet.
Yeah.
But for him to really, Cad Bane took him down. If you remember, Cad Bane had him whooped, like, he beating his ass, like, nah, bro, like, I'm still that dude still. Like, you're not really tough like that. And then for Boba to like flip it and be like, nah, actually, I still got one more trick. Like, yeah, I just thought that was really, really good, man. I thought that was dope. Yeah, I didn't want to see Cad die, but I'm glad we got to, that's not bad. I didn't want to see Cad die, but I'm glad that we did get to Cade die. But I'm glad we did still get to see some of that relationship with him and Boba Fett. Like, I'm glad we got to see that. And anybody who wants to see the Boba Fett Cad Bane thing where Cad shoots him, there's like a leak scene. Like, you can find the deleted episode or whatever. You can find it in different places on YouTube or around the internet. You guys can do your search. You guys know what to do. Reddit, all that type of stuff. You guys can find it. But that's a really cool scene to watch. It's not long. It's just a short it's an episode where they were supposed to get back into it and they just never got to it. But yeah, man. Really dope. Like I said, we all rated this series last year, but I thought this was great. I thought it was a nice showcase for Boba. His story isn't bookended or anything, so we can still go further. He can still develop new things. And under Boba Fett, he can develop new characters. I think the connections to different characters that he have is interesting. You think about somebody like Boba Fett is connected to Mando, right? And they have a cool relationship. Now, Mando and Luke aren't exactly connected, but they kind of shared Grogu for a little bit. And even though Grogu ended up choosing Mando over Luke, who knows we don't know how they made Luke feel, one. But also, two, now Boba has this connection with Mando and Grogu. And, but Boba and Luke been at it, you know what I mean? So there's interesting connections, 6 degrees of separation and all that. There is interesting connections here that could play out in the future. Boba and Luke may have to figure out how to work together, to get some sort of solution or whatever. So just cool, different things that you could see as things go. I did one other thing. I'll just say a little Easter egg. I thought it was cool. The temple that you see them building there, where Luke is training Grogu, is the same temple that we see Kylo destroy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking that. I was like, I feel like this is what. Okay, cool. I'm glad you confirmed that, because I had that thought and I was like, this should be the same one, right?
Exact same one. So now we know why Grogu wasn't there. So we know Grogu at least didn't die in Kylo Ren's rage there. Right. So Grogu's story is wide open now. Because if he had stayed with Luke, then you could argue, well, when did his training complete? When did he leave the temple? Because then was he there when Kylo did his thing? Does he know Kylo Ren at all? Like, that could be a whole thing. That and it would complicate things. But now you have Grogu leaving this temple dumb early, and going off. He could be anywhere in the world doing anything. So, you can create reasons why maybe he didn't step in or step up or do anything while Kylo Ren and the Sith were doing their things. It could be a million different reasons why he didn't come. Maybe he's dead by that time. Maybe he's doing something else, saving the world in a whole different way that we don't know about. Like, it could be anything. So, or saving the universe. So who knows? I think the story was good. I think it opened up the world of Star Wars even more. I think it introduced to a lot of cool new characters. I think it introduced us to cool little nuances between characters we didn't know existed. Seeing Luke and Ahsoka get to talk, I wish that had been a longer scene. Because my only knock really on the whole series is Luke and Ahsoka talking. That should be a bigger deal. Like, that should have been a bigger. It's the first time they've ever met each other in person. The son of the nigga who trained you, who's now the most evil Sith Lord in the world. Well, besides like Sidious, the most evil one that people know.
Mm-hmm. Wait, that was the first time they met.
That's their first time. That's our. The first time Ahsoka and Luke have ever met was that scene.
That's interesting.
Ahsoka and Luke.
It seemed like they sounded familiar, or whatever. But I guess.
Yeah, I agree. But that's why I said my issue with that scene. It didn't seem like enough. Well, they said that she had been there. She was already there, right? And so maybe they had that conversation. And I'm sure there's probably deleted scenes that they deleted, maybe where Luke and Ahsoka meet up and have that conversation. Like, I would believe that. I just wish we had seen more of it, because that should be important. Like, yo, your father is on a, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like, it's not just some dude. Like, your father was Darth Vader, bro. Like, Anakin Skywalker. He literally trained me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be a bigger conversation with Luke Skywalker. It just should be, in my mind, but it wasn't. And maybe we'll get lucky and they'll do like some releases, or maybe they'll put something like that in the Ahsoka series. Would be dope to see. I don't know where it'll come from, but I really wish that had just been a more impactful moment. Those two meeting and talking and just discussing experience, like life experiences. Yeah, that I don't know. And I don't know where it's at in the timeline for sure, but that would either be that's either a little bit after or before you see Ahsoka fight Vader. So I don't know where her meeting up with Luke falls in with her fighting Vader, but if it's after, then maybe you say, okay, or if it's before she fought Vader, then okay, maybe they didn't really have much to talk about in the moment, or it was awkward. But after, if I just fought your dad, he kicked my ass kind of again. Yo, fam, let's talk about how we're gonna handle this, because your dad wild. But yeah, who knows? So I do want to. It would be interesting to see how a lot of this goes. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff here. There's a lot of information. It's a lot of open-ended stories, and I hope we get to see it all. Is my hope. What did y'all rate it again? What were y'all ratings? Well, now that we've talked about it, what are y'all ratings? Let's see if y'all ratings have changed at all. Maybe you bumped it up a little bit. Maybe he's like, no, this nigga tripping, knock it down. I think y'all both gave it 8s last week, and I gave it 8.5. That's what it was.
8.5. Oh, wait. Did we?
Y'all gave it 8s, and I gave it 8.5.
Did we give ratings based on the show ending?
We just gave a brief, like just a rating off your opinion. Like, you saw the last episode, what'd you think?
I'll keep it at 8 then. Yeah,
we just didn't talk through anything, but
yeah, I'll still keep it a consistent 8.
Ian?
Yeah, I'd say it's still an 8.
Which is good.
Yeah,
very
it's good
actually.
Cool.
I will say that had we not have gotten the Mandalorian / Grogu episodes, might have brought the number down a little.
Well, the only reason I would argue that is because you don't know what would have happened during those episodes instead.
Yeah, the show would have been complete.
Like, you don't know how they would have
different.
If the goal was to only tell a Boba Fett story, I think those first 4 episodes would have been condensed, and then you would have seen more of like what's going on. Like, it would have been different. So that's the only reason, because I hear people saying that, and I understand it, but I'm like, you don't know what would have taken place if those episodes weren't there. The reason those episodes are there is because they told us it's a Mandalorian 2.5. We're going to see Mando. They said that from the jump. I don't know if people just thought Mando was just going to pop up in like an episode and like shoot one guy and fly off. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. I get that the Mando stuff helped in this because people aren't as invested in Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But if they had told the story that was just about Boba Fett, it was only contained to just Boba Fett, it wasn't supposed to be like tying anything else in, I think it would have been different, and I think people might have enjoyed it more. You might have seen Boba do more action. You might have seen him get healthier faster just to get to the more exciting shit. I just might have been different. So that's my pushback to a couple of people I've seen say that, on the internet and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. So y'all are still at 8.
But yeah, I think that the inclusion of that set it off for me. Yeah. Fair enough. I'm up to a 9. I would talk myself into a 9 as I talked about. I'm like, yeah, I really like the show. I liked it a lot. I'm sure Star Wars bros won't agree with me, but I don't care about what any of you think. So,
yeah, man,
it is what it is. Cool, man. Cool. We're at an hour or so. I mean, our last stuff, it's not that long to me.
It really isn't. Console T is gonna go like that.
Pretty short, yeah. So let's get into technically
speaking, we only have one.
It's not about Apple.
And it's not about,
It's
loosely related to Apple.
Loosely, but
dear God.
But it's not. So I don't know if you guys have you guys heard of the stem player prior to this news breaking?
Yes.
I have not.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, really? I thought you would have been heard about this. This was a big thing.
Is it? I mean, it's about to be a bigger thing.
Well, yeah, but the stem player was a huge thing when it dropped. I thought you knew it. So a lot of people, I mean, I know they're doing this thing now. If you go there now, it's only this version, but that stem player thing has been a thing for a while. Like a lot of people have been using it.
See the first article from last year. And apparently Kanye dropped
this is his product?
Stem player last year.
Mm-hmm. Is that his? I didn't know he owned it, but
we'll ship with Donda.
Oh, this is interesting.
I don't know if Kanye was the one who actually owned it.
Oh, and the stems, like when you're doing music.
No, he doesn't own it. He partnered with this company called Kano.
That makes the stem player, right?
That makes the stem player.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say, I didn't think Kanye owned it because I see people misrepresenting as he's releasing it on his stem player. But it's not his stem player. He doesn't own the company.
He's probably a partner.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a partner.
Yeah, everything on this first page of Google is saying Kanye West is stem player, like it's his ownership.
But it's not.
Maybe it is his. Maybe he got a company to make a.
When you go to the Twitter,
no, it says Yeezy Tech and Kano on the back of the stem player.
Oh,
so Kano is the brand.
Yeah, Kano's the brand,
and Yeezy Tech is probably his.
He's gonna break into
his side of it.
Tech? What?
But Yeezy Tech is probably his side of it that he's using to partner with these tech brands.
Oh, so this is actually way more interesting than I initially thought. I thought it was just him being. I thought it was just some goofy thing he had made, and I'm like, "What are you doing, Kanye?" Now that I'm not ignorant,
but the stem player allows you to customize any song that you have on it with these preset settings associated with the colors on this plus shaped. It looks like one of those Japanese rice buns. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
those bean buns. Bean buns.
Bean buns.
If you look up a bean bun, look at or from
Bean
Panda. Let me see. Is it bean buns?
Bean bun? I don't know.
When I search bean bun,
oh, I get what you're saying.
I'm seeing coffee.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it does kind of look like that.
With a plus.
Bean buns plus?
With a plus on it. That's what it looks like. It has LEDs in the shape of a plus. Each one of the LEDs is associated with a different feature. There's like a delay feature, a repeat feature, all these things. Basically have control, semi-control of the song. I don't know if there's any like recording component to it, but I suppose you can hook it up to any software, any DAW, and record whatever you customize, which could make for pretty good TikToks, I suppose. The interaction of whatever music you have on it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, last year, these things shipped with Donda on it. And I guess
didn't know that.
Yes, they shipped. Yeah, they shipped with Donda on it as one of their promotional things. And I guess this year, Kanye is shipping the product with Donda 2 exclusively. Last year it was on all other DSPs. This year he's doing it exclusively on the stem player.
That's interesting then. Okay, well now I know what this is, an actual device. Yeah, okay, so he obviously has stake, ownership, whateverness into this stem player device. 100%. Yeah. There's no other reason why he'll do this outside. I know the whole joke of Kanye's being different. This is actually him like legit.
Well, there is another reason.
Another reason.
Well, quote unquote reason. It's a part of his campaign, I suppose. Today, this is a Kanye quote. Today, artists get just 12% of the money the industry makes. It's time to free music from this oppressive system. It's time to take control and build our own. Going to stemplayer.com now to order. Yeah. So
interesting.
This will not be released on any major DSPs. It'll only be released on the Stem Player for, as a fuck you to the system that exists.
Good.
In the form of DSPs, which that
sounds good. Yeah,
I support his idea. I support
that's
the
a good idea.
I will not be purchasing. Yeah, I support it. And the thing is, people will buy this. Y'all are crazy if you don't think people are going to buy this.
Yeah.
And if you don't think people will buy this, and if people don't buy this, they'll manipulate it to make it look like people bought it to influence people to buy the next one. Like, that's how it works. That's how it works. Yeah. You think Kanye don't have rich friends that can all go buy one? Rich, right. And forget the rich friends. You don't think, look at all the influencers. You think it's a mistake that Justin LeBoy is next to him? No, but Justin LeBoy, who do you think Justin LeBoy's main audience is? It's not Jay-Z and rich niggas. It's regular folks that are out here that want to laugh at his memes and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, it's cool that he's next to Kanye. And we're happy to see his growth. And that's dope. I'm not hating on Justin LeBoy at all, please. But now you're going to have Justin LeBoy coming out here and you think he's not going to have this day one? Oh, yeah, this is fine. And what's that going to do? Oh, yeah, well, I want one. And people are going to buy this thing. It's going to sell. The little influencers are going to get them.
The thing about it is, I'm not a fan of the specs.
Oh,
it has USB Type-C. That's cool. It's Bluetooth compatible. Has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. This thing only has 8 gigs of storage, man.
Yeah, because it's only supposed to be for Donda. Nigga, you ain't supposed to be on here listening to a bunch of shit.
So I'm paying $200 for 8 gigs of storage.
Can you expand
$200, bro?
Is it
expandable?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me see. Is it expandable? Stem player spec.
Limited storage, unpleasant fleshy texture. Donda's quality as an album is questionable. No screen makes navigation tricky. Lets you easily create catchy remixes. Supports uploaded song files or YouTube links. Comes preloaded with Donda. So you got 8 gigs. That album isn't 8 gigs, but the idea is that you're not going to be using this as like a primary music player. You're going to throw a couple songs on there that you like or whatever. And maybe if you want to throw some, sounds and stuff in there and remix it and do all that type of shit, you can make your own little remixes and cuts on it and shit like that once you learn how to use it. And I've seen people use this thing efficiently, and it does seem to be okay, like when you use it. But the goal isn't for you to use this as like a primary, as like an iPod or something. It's not supposed to be that. Like,
this is like for content creation, I guess.
Content creation and super music lovers. Like, honestly, this is something that I would buy something like this for you as a gift, because you buy something like this, once you learn how to use it, any song like in your head, like say you go to work, right? You're used to being able to come home and do all your remixes and sampling and shit. But say you have a song in your head and you just been thinking about it all day. In the morning before you leave, or say the night before, you could put a song on there. And while you're at work under your desk, you could have an AirPod in or something or whatever, and just like be beat, like remixing on your lunch break or something in the car, like do like whatever you want. You could just be remixing something and it could be dope for you. And you could, I'm not saying it's perfect. What I'm saying is it seems like a very niche item. It seems like a very niche item.
$200 though?
Well, he's saying that because now it's the only place you can listen to his album. The value isn't on the product. The value is on his music. That actual stem tree trailer, that actual stem player, maybe that's worth $60 or $50. Also, Kanye is saying my music is worth $150.
What does that mean? Is it like a backwards thing where like if you purchased a stem player last year, will you get Donda 2?
I doubt that.
Or do you have to buy another stem player?
I'm going to doubt that. I'm going
to get Donda 2.
I would assume it's probably that.
Because that's like...
But you know what? They could do something cool where it's like, hey, if you have a stem player, you probably have to register and all types of shit. If you have a stem player, you give us your serial number or whatever, we'll give you a special link to add Donda onto your stem player. But it's probably like, it'll probably be in a format that can only go on the stem player or something. And people will have to figure out how to rip it off of that. But yeah.
Not too on his
own. I don't know. I can see it being, it just seems like a niche item. Like it's one of those things that we don't need. And here's the thing. We all want to hear Donda 2, but we don't need it. You don't need it. You don't have to go spend $200 to listen to that album. Enough people are not going to buy that album on there to where Kanye will only leave it on that stem player forever. He will put it out somewhere legitimately where you can buy it, digital, physical, whatever. Yeah. It will come out eventually.
He's probably
if you have some patience.
Honestly, sorry.
No, I was gonna say he and whoever the other companies that made that stem player, they probably have a set number of profit they want to do before they say, all right, cool, and they drop it everywhere else. Because he's not gonna just keep it on there forever. He himself is not gonna keep it on there forever.
No. I think this is good for the industry in that Kanye will show that it is possible to make money off your music apart from the traditional DSP if you have a pretty solid fan base, obviously. But beyond that, that's just a steep price, man.
How did we lose the fact that you could make money without the labels in the first place? Bro, when we was growing up, niggas was selling their mixtapes on the street, bro. Now, I get that the point was to eventually get to a record deal, but you could make money that way. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but there's still artists that make money that way right now, like Parks. Parks only releases his music, like the music he makes and produces with people, Bandcamp and shit. So you have to buy. That's not a crazy price.
Well, I think he does like a timed thing where it's like initially it's on Bandcamp, but
does it go to streaming eventually?
It goes on streaming. I'm pretty sure. I think that's
maybe, but even as an artist, just having that freedom to say, yo, you can only buy my music for the first year on Bandcamp if you want to hear it. And you can let your fans know, like, yo, if you want my music, it's on Bandcamp. You can buy it. It's $5, $10, $15, whatever it is. You can buy it right there.
The only issue is that a lot of these artists are tied with record labels, and the record labels are directly partnered with the DSPs. So
but we can get around that still.
Well, as an artist,
other places.
As an artist, I don't know if you can. There might be something in your contract that prevents you from distributing.
That I agree with. If you sign something, you're stuck to that.
If you're independent, then there's no reason that you should only be putting your music on DSPs. You should have it on Bandcamp. You should have it on all these other places.
Everywhere you can put it. And I guess my biggest thing too is, now I didn't like it because I felt like, and let me double check before I say something ignorant this time. I'm sure I said something ignorant in the past, but Tidal is owned by, who owns Tidal? Aspero or something like that. Yeah. It's owned by a Swedish company. Aspero is now Tidal was launched in 2014 by Swedish public company Aspero and is now majority owned by Block Inc. And Block Inc., that's Square.
Yeah, okay. Square. That's what I was trying to do.
So to me, now maybe, and I could be ignorant, right? I look at somebody like Jay-Z who started Tidal. And while Tidal does seem to be doing better than the other DSPs as far as paying artists and making it accessible to people to listen, not having these crazy fees, there's a free Tidal now, as well as paid versions. Like there's a lot of Tidal shit going on. So Tidal is doing good. That being said, why has no black artist said, and maybe they have and I missed it, but why has no prominent black artist with all this money, the Jay-Z's, the Puffs, the ones we talk about being this rich? Because Jay-Z, Puff, Rihanna, to me, the three of them could come together and create their own DSP, separate from any other bullshit, and say, yo, this is what the artists are doing this way. Do it this way. We talked about this before with Ian, I'm blanking. The person I was talking about is Steve Stout at United Masters. And the way he does it, it feels like, now granted, the thing is, he's open to everybody. And I say I don't want to be this guy, but I am this guy. Just once, I want black people to be able to create something that's just for black people and only us benefit from it first. Just once, I want to be allowed to do that because every other group is allowed to do that. Every other one. So I don't want to be clear. I'm not trying to cut anybody out. I want everybody to be successful. I'm not saying that nobody should be able to rap or whatever, make whatever music you want from whatever culture you're from. Just one time, I want black people to be able to make something that works for us and is directed for us and takes us as the major consumers and users and profiteers and benefiters of the product. And I don't see why that can't happen in music and hip hop specifically and R&B when you have people like Jay-Z, Rihanna, Puff, all these rich people, JD, you have all these rich people with all this money and all this access and all this influence over artists, and they won't just go make their own DSP. They could do that. Right now, they could do that. And they won't. We keep partnering up with somebody. We keep getting somebody else to let it. Bro, I don't know why. I don't understand why. But to me, it's very odd. And I just wish for once we could do something that for us would benefit us. I'm sick of always having to consider, well, what is the overall play though? Because when I look at Tidal, I'm like, yo, that's dope. I see a lot of black faces. It seems like the artists are getting paid well. I want to support that. But I don't know where that's going to end up because guess what? It's some white people still at the top somewhere. Yeah, Jay-Z and Hove and Rihanna, maybe they can talk to them, but they still in control somewhere. They still get final say somewhere. It's not us. And that bothers me, especially when it comes to hip hop. Because at this point, there's enough money in this shit that we should own it. I shouldn't have to watch. Quavo don't have to keep buying fucking chains and cars for these women to write off on his taxes. Start a fucking DSP business and write that off. You can go do that right now. You can do it. And we won't. There we go. That's my little rant. Sorry.
Are you done? Oh yeah, I agree. It's hard to fight the status quo, I guess, or the standard. And when that's like drilled in our minds that this is the way that you pop off, not enough people do it independent or do it another way. Not enough people do it another way. And the people that
Kanye does this, it looks crazy.
Yes, and when Kanye does this, it looks crazy. But that's why I said this is actually a good thing, because this will show that it is possible. It will remind people that there are other ways to distribute your music. And I think once contracts are up and people, well, I don't know. See, that's the thing, man. That's the thing.
Contract being up don't mean you can take your music wherever you want. Don't guarantee that. And you got to think about people's defeatist mentality.
Anything you make after that, if you remain.
Oh, after that, yeah, for sure.
If you go independent, anything you make after that, you can or should.
Yeah, that's yours. Yeah. But what if that hit record that people love is still owned by Atlantic or still owned by Universal or still owned by Def Jam, wherever it is? You know what I mean?
Like it would have been I would have loved if Tory Lanez didn't, end up in that fuck shit. And he continued to be popping. I would have loved to see him do something like this, where he said, "Oh, I'm only my next, joint or Chicks Tapes 11 or some shit. Mm-hmm. That's only going to be released here. If you want it, you have to buy it. This is how you get it."
Yep. Yeah. He would have been one of the ones that could have done something like that for sure.
But then you'd have to.
He may still be. Who knows?
Yeah.
Got to see how the case comes out. I don't know.
Yeah. Heard
a lot of things. No comments though.
No comment. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. But
no comments.
Might be able to listen to.
Might be able to listen to a couple of those
joints again.
Might be able to listen to a couple of those.
Might be back in rotation. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. I heard that the Baby freestyle, and he kind of back in rotation too. So.
I mean, that's the thing.
Did y'all hear that freestyle? I don't know if y'all heard it, but.
Nah, I haven't.
Yeah, go look at that.
I know he dropped a song.
Fuck the song. Go listen to the freestyle he did at LA Leakers after he beat his baby mama ass. Yeah, go look at that shit, bro. That was he was talking some shit. I'm just saying.
He beat his baby mama's brother's ass.
What did I say?
Oh yeah, you're talking about what's his name?
Oh, his baby mama's brother. My bad. Yeah, that's
yeah. I was about to say that's not what happened.
I'm just saying I said the wrong thing. My bad. He beat his baby mama's brother's ass. And he was asking for it. It wasn't no random person. My bad. Yeah, that sounds bad.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up though, just to cue it for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, freestyle's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah. Bottom line, this is a good step in the right direction for the culture, for ownership.
Yeah, now we've fully laid it out, and I was listening, obviously more than talking here. I actually just listening to things. Now I understand more about it. It's definitely an interesting direction he's going. So instead of writing off like, oh, this is some goofy Kanye shit, I will keep a close eye and probably will listen to Donda.
Yeah, every now and again, Kanye makes sense, man.
Yeah. That's my thing. Kanye's doing enough crazy shit for this this shouldn't be the thing.
This shouldn't be crazy.
Like,
no. This is
the one thing he's doing
this
that
is the
makes
most
sense.
sane thing that
Everything else he's doing is some bullshit. Some wild bullshit. He's like stalking his baby mother. He's on some nut shit.
Hey,
really some nut shit. But this is the one thing.
I guess it's
like, nah, okay, bro. I get what you're saying.
It's the cost and benefit of being a genius.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they say. Facts.
Yeah, man.
Nah, I just hope people don't come out of this with like the defeatist mentality of, well, he was able to do that because he's Kanye. Bro, you can do it too, man. Like you can. You can. You just have to believe, bro. I know it sounds crazy, but you gotta believe, bro. You just gotta have some sort of faith in it. I don't know. Some people it may just work out of nowhere. Some people it may not work at all, but you just gotta try, bro. Like,
only thing that sucks about it is the potential for getting it ripped is still there. I mean, we talked about it just.
Well, he's definitely gonna get ripped. Yeah.
I'm 100%. Saying that if anybody else tries to, put their music out, you really have to have a loyal fan base in order for it to work.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. You do have to have some loyalty. You have to have some loyal people in there that are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Before it gets ripped or whatever. But somebody does have to buy it to rip it, right?
True.
But that's what I don't want to do, bro. I don't want to make it seem like only the J. Coles and the Kanyes and the Kendricks can do this. There's some local artists who got, and I think that's the thing. People don't value the number. People just, I need 1 million followers. I need 1 million fans. I need 10,000. Yo, if you got 10,000 followers on Instagram that actually fuck with you, those 10,000 followers on Instagram that fuck with you is way more important than the 1 million followers that are following some random funny nigga because they made a joke one time.
Yeah.
Way more important. That dude may never get booked. You are going to sell records to these 10,000 people. If you sell it to them for $5 a pop, that's 50 grand you just made.
That's 50 grand. $10.
Right there.
Yep.
Right there. If you get 10,000 and that's just, and I'm just talking, that's still on a bigger scale. Because having 10,000 people loyal to your music is crazy. If you just have 1,000 people, bro, I think most people, if they just saw themselves make money off the little bit of numbers they get, I think they would be more willing to push like the independent stuff and not just jumping, or at least if I am going to partner with a label or some sort of something, I'm going to value it higher. Don't get me wrong. We may not have the most views here. You still have to talk to me a certain way. You still have to put a certain number on the table before I come to you. I know how much work we do this. I know how much this takes. You have to do something that is going to allow this to be fruitful and successful. You have to not only fund our back end costs, but you got to fund us. Like you got to pay me to sit here and do this so we can all do this so that this can be our focus. You can even get an even better product from us. Like the more editing and stuff I could do if I didn't have to worry about finding a job. Yeah, like that would be great. You know, like it would be a different beast that we could attach to that. So I get why people jump at whatever bad deal just because it puts money in your pocket and gives you the freedom. But that's not always sometimes you need to just keep struggling through the part where it's the money ain't there yet, but the product is getting better and how your promoting is getting better. And you're getting there. Like you'll get there and somebody notices and they're willing to make a deal that's beneficial for both of you. Or you just say, no, I'm willing to keep grinding until I can figure out how to get something that's beneficial. If somebody said, yo, I'll give y'all $50,000 for your podcast right now, for y'all to do your podcast, why would we take that? We would all still have to go work.
Yeah, it's too low, in my opinion.
We all have to go work still. None of us can stay at home if they hand us $50,000. Like, and then let's pay all of our costs. Let's pay for Adobe. Let's pay for our hosts. Let's pay for all the other shit we got to pay for. And then like it's wild. And I think if people could just put something up and get that $1, that $5, that $10, I think that would help. Like, I mean, Gerard, how much did it boost you up when you made Twitch affiliate and you could just see, like, it might not be a lot, but you see subscribers and you see you got a couple of people that subscribed and you getting that little income. You know, it's not changing your life, but it just gives you that, like, yo,
every little bit matters. Yeah, for sure.
Something like somebody is out there willing to pay for it. And it's even crazier when it ends up being somebody that you don't know. Like, obviously you're appreciative of your friends, and we're obviously appreciative of all our friends and stuff that listen to this, that share it, that post it or whatever. That's really dope. But it's it's not to say it's way doper, but it's a way different response or experience when it's somebody you have no clue who this is. And they're like, yo, I really fuck with y'all podcast. I listen to this. Y'all are dope. That's different. That is a completely different. And I think people need more of that. Me personally, I don't need the money to want to do it. Like I could keep doing it and hope the money will come eventually. You know what I mean? Like hope that people see it.
Yeah. I've been doing this for y'all for what, 3 years now. I'm still doing it just for the fun of it. It's like the hobby.
I love this shit.
And the belief to grow it, continue growing it as well. So
I love it. I would continue. Obviously, I want to make money from it, but I continue doing it for free. Like I think people don't see the thing. Like people be like, I gotta be Drake or I have to be Kanye. No, you don't, bro. You could be a dope artist, and then you could produce for Drake and Kanye. You know what I mean? Like learn everything in this business, bro. Learn how to record, learn how to edit, learn how to audio edit, video edit, all that shit. And then you go and if your music or your product pops off, cool. But in my head, I'm like, yo, if the pod pops off, that's dope. But if we all develop skills, if I can get myself in a place where they go, yo, you're great at putting podcasts together. We want you to produce our podcast. That's dope. Then when they need somebody to audio edit, I call Ian. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if they need somebody who understands social media, yo, Gerard, how do we post this? I can easily put y'all in a place. I say me. It could be any of us that gets an opportunity that could put the other people in a place.
Absolutely.
You see my point? Like, but you got to be willing to fight for that. And if you're willing to give that up early because you get a little bit of money.
Yeah, then who knows? It all depends on to give up.
What do you want out of this? And how fast do you want to, like that, Rory and Maul podcast with Pink Sweats was a very, that was a really dope episode. And it's like basically all it is.
Back to listen to those regularly.
It's basically all it is. I mean, he talks from the perspective of being on a label and realizing that he could have done it on his own, or and all the ups and downs and qualms of both sides, really.
There's positives to being on that side too. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Taking that deal, there are going to be positives if you understand what you're taking up from.
If you understand what you want out of it, and then you know what to ask for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to give you some generic, and that's not going to be beneficial to you at all. It's more beneficial to them.
Only them. They're going to profit. They're going to blow you up and make you the biggest thing. They'll put you all those places that you just didn't have access to before. Not that I couldn't have been there. I just didn't have access. Because don't get it twisted. It'd be people out here with money that probably could afford the billboard, but because they don't have access somewhere, they can't get on the billboard, or they keep getting pushed down the list, or they never get chosen. It's the same shit, bro. Like So it just sucks, man. It does suck for me. I hope that
hopefully
I hope that people see it and can grow.
Yeah, this deal, or this this package deal, I suppose. Hopefully it sheds light on what's on the potential on that side of it, but we'll see how this unfolds. We'll see how this unfolds. But yeah, that's technically speaking.
Technically wrong on the docket.
We're done on that part.
It's fine though. Cool.
Yeah.
Console tea.
Console tea
or a mug. I don't know.
I'm well overdue getting some.
We're gonna drink on a night
tea. All right. Well, we only have a couple of shorter things, really, and I see about what we're doing on time, so I'm not gonna. These really won't be too much time. So Nintendo this week, a few days ago, or last week for the listeners, they kind of dropped a big megaton in the morning or the evening, saying that the Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Wii U eShops will be closing. Pull the page up. They're going to be discontinuing the eShop functions late March 2023. So it's a little over a year. Per their words, it will no longer be possible to make purchases in the eShop for the Wii U and 3DS. It will also, be no longer be possible to download free content, like game demos, and as the date draws closer, certain services will stop. So I'll give some timetables. As of May 23rd this year, you'll no longer be able to use credit card to add funds to the account on both of those. So basically, if you still game on the 3DS, which there's still a ton of things on that just aren't going to see the light of day on anything else right now. That you've been putting off or in backlog, you've had a fleeting interest, go ahead, get your card and charge the money onto the account now before May 23rd. And then August 29th this year, no longer be able to use the eShop cards to put funds on it. So that'll be the second cutoff there. Although if you do have any that you just stockpiled, you'll be able to redeem them until March 2023 next year. So the thing with this, I saw a lot of people mad about this. I mean, of course, oh no, we won't be able to play one game or set game or whatever. I mean, I know they're doing this because they probably don't want to keep paying for the cost and just any other. They just don't want to. That's fine. I get it. I think the main issue with some legitimately do have with this is that at least for right now, we not so much because a lot of the main things from now are on the Switch. But 3DS specifically, there's a fair amount of games that just they just won't see any official means of being able to purchase them again, and that can suck. However, in my opinion, if Nintendo does act like this and not want to bring anything else up anymore, there are emulation is a means of doing things. Both of these consoles are easily moddable to this day, especially 3DS. 3DS is very easy to mod. I'm just lazy and don't do it. So by all means, if there's something you want to play, you don't want to give a dime, or you miss out on all this, hit the Google up and look up your other ways of doing so. But yeah, that's really it. The only thing that I did see that could have been a huge issue if Pokemon didn't fix it is they have an app on there called the Pokemon Bank where you can pretty much store any Pokemon up to, I think, the seventh generation, like Sun and Moon, those games. Mm-hmm. So like they re-released Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Gold, Silver, Crystal on the virtual console on there. And they made it to where you can actually transfer those to the bank. So you can get like crazy stuff like Machamp with Fissure and like Pikachu with Surf, like back in the day. But Pokemon Company did come out and say, after March 23rd, if you have the app, you can still use those services. So that's good. And it'll be free. I think the most they had was like an annual subscription or membership.
What? Yeah, wasn't it paid before? It was.
Yeah, it's paid now. So it's stupid cheap though. It's like $5 for a year.
Oh, okay. So it's like a nothing cost type thing. Yeah,
it's pretty much a nothing cost. But they said they'll just make it free as long as you have the app on your eShop. Or I'm sorry, on your 3DS.
Right.
And then Wii U is just kind of like, I mean, there's really only like a couple of games that I think should make it over to the Switch, like the few Zelda games that had remasters on there, like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Xenoblade Chronicles X should probably make its way over. But other than that, whatever. So that's just kind of a PSA. I know both y'all don't have any of those, but it's still good to kind of be aware of it if they're doing this. I would just hope that starting next year, by the time next year, start cranking out more things on the Switch Online apps like Game Boy Advance, GameCube stuff. Yeah, like they might as well start. If they don't want to give out Wii stuff like that, I mean,
I don't care about Wii stuff. Give me all the Game Boy Advance shit. Throw that on there and let me know that's coming. They might be able to up the price again, and I won't complain.
Especially Game Boy Advance.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Nintendo's like, that's a good idea. Let me just write that down.
Let me write that one down and make sure I give him credit.
$80 a year? They better.
Thanks, Derek. Yo, hold on. Whoa.
Family memberships becoming more crucial. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much it. It's really just a PSA. And they gave like a Q&A on their site of like, why is this happening? Blah, 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 blah. Y'all can look it up. Just Google Wii U 3DS eShop discontinuation. You'll find on their customer support site. So kind of sucks, but at the same time, hey, ain't nothing wrong with emulating anything. So do what you need to do. So that's really just the only Nintendo thing, I believe, this week. The other thing is, of course, probably the biggest game of this month came out, Horizon Forbidden West. Or well, it depends on who you ask.
I was like, I don't know anymore, bro. I'm lost at this.
Elden Ring is this coming week coming up.
I was like, Elden Ring is coming. Didn't Sifu come out this month?
Sifu came out.
Yeah,
a fighting game, King of Fighters 15 came out.
Oh yeah,
we knew going into February. I've
been playing Ollie World.
This could be a rough month. savings.
It's pretty brutal. Oh, Dying Light 2 came out. I completely forgot that came out.
Yes, it did.
Jesus Christ. Horizon Forbidden West came out. None of us have it yet, right?
No, none of us have it yet.
Not yet. We'll get it later this year. I don't know when, but I will eventually. But one thing I saw that was really cool that they're doing, and I really hope PlayStation Studios at least will push this more, is that this game has gyro controls, an option in the menu, and this is not like the Wii Sports or the waggle quote unquote controls from like the Wii back in 2006. It's nothing like that. It's full motion with your DualSense controller. But what I think is really great about that is because I believe that I think gyro should have been adopted as an optional play style in a lot of games that deal with a lot of like third person and first person shooters or action games for a long time. I feel like it's been stagnant on that. So I'm Nintendo's been doing it for a while, but not their games aren't technically for everyone, I guess technically, but like Splatoon. But like I feel like PlayStation having just overall a bigger mind share as far as like their games and like the type of games that they make. I feel like they could be the ones to make that push a reality for more of the bigger games to start adding it in and pressure Xbox to make a controller of gyro in it, because I think they lack it. But that's probably
I forgot Xbox doesn't even have one, huh?
It doesn't, man. It does. That's why I don't really buy an Xbox controller no more. If they made one that was like, the Switch controller is basically layout wise, an Xbox controller outside the ABXY.
Yeah.
I think the Xbox controllers are a better build than that. But But the gyro stuff is cool, and it's basically from what I saw from videos. It's like let's say you pull back your arrow and your bow and you're about to aim and stuff, or you have your some of the other weapons that Aloy uses. You can like use your controller to aim around. You can either use this like a slight aim readjustment if you're primarily using the sticks, or you can go crank it all the way up and just do full like motion like crazy to make more accurate shots and headshots and stuff like that. But I'm just glad to see it, man. Like I know The Last of Us Part 2, they added in as an update after the game launched. Same with Days Gone. And then this week alone, I know this is not PlayStation, but Sony and Epic Games have a great relationship, and they push Fortnite. I mean, we all know this. Most times you put on your PS5, you're gonna see some Fortnite slapped in your face. Like it's clear they got a big thing going. At least once you're gonna see some Fortnite related. So Fortnite, they recently did a big update and they revamped their their gyro controls, because it was just on the Switch at one point, but it didn't work that well. It wasn't a good implementation of it. And I tried it back then too. It just wasn't smooth. So they added for PlayStation and Switch and Xbox and having a controller, so they don't have it. But PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 do have it, to where they adjusted it tremendously, and I've seen some clips of it, and it looks really good. And they also add this one thing. It's not really, that's even more niche than just standard gyro control. It's called the flick stick. And basically what it is like you can calibrate your right stick to where instead of like just doing your standard, like left right motion, if you flick it, it'll do like how the jokes on like PC gamers, like 360 no scope. You can kind of adjust it to where you can do these quick motions. You can do like a quick 180 and aim behind you and shoot somebody, which is wild. Because like think of like any game did you play, you'll just do like a 180 and just
a random
precision, bow. People begin tilted all day because you're better than them, and you have the flick stick and stuff like
flick
that.
Stick, but yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't really messed with that yet either. I downloaded Fortnite to try it. That's crazy. I downloaded Fortnite first time in like 5 years. But yeah, so that's cool to see too. So I think potentially one of the biggest games out that's free to play is adding gyro, and I guess flick stick could mean other games and studios might look into as an option. So I think it's good. I think overall it's good. But anyway, that's enough of my little blah 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 talking about that. But that's really all console team, man. It's really not too much going on. I have a hunch that State of Play could be coming in March, just because they're gonna do what's it called? Gran Turismo 7 comes out in early March. Yeah. And after that, we don't know nothing else. I mean, outside we know God of War. We don't have yeah. So I feel like State of Play is due.
I'm done with God of War predictions anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah, true.
Kind of.
Yeah. But
I think I might have stretched myself a little bit on that one. You know, I mean.
Oh no! Well,
let's a year past when I said that shit would come out.
I mean, they make big games, man. Like it's like if they did come out last year, that'd been amazing. But just pandemic and big games, I just didn't seem like. But I think it's coming out both this fall. I do firmly believe it's coming out this fall. I don't think they're gonna miss it. Hopefully we do see more of that. I want to hear more about God of War. But yeah, that's it. No more, nothing else console T. It's
Did either of y'all get the only thing I had for console T? It wasn't even a thing. It just kind of popped in my head. Did either of y'all get to try out the Switch Sports playtest? I forgot to do it.
No, I did this morning. At first I was going to sign up for it because they tweeted out like Wednesday or something like that.
Oh yes, yeah.
And I read it. Yeah, it was on their Twitter, and I was hearing from some people in another Discord. They were like, "Oh, apparently it's only 45-minute sessions," and I was like, "Really?
Mm-hmm.
Still on that BS again?" Yeah. I mean, that's how they got my ass on Splatoon back in 2015. It was only like a 2-hour session. They had 2 sessions that are 2 hours each. But I felt like that was enough for me to get the learning curve for how to use all the motion controls in that game. And it didn't have this thing where you couldn't talk about it freely. They had this weird thing where Nintendo was trying to say like, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm about to get to that.
Yeah, this is just Wii Sports.
Yeah, Wii Sports 2, baby.
This is Wii Sports.
Yeah, I don't know why Nintendo was acting like, oh, please don't talk about don't stream the game. Like what? What are you gonna do in Nintendo?
It's a Switch sports game. I couldn't understand. Yeah, like what is narrative around that? The secrecy, like fam, it's supposed to be a family fun game. I don't even know why they didn't just make it a playable demo for everybody to play, enjoy, stream, watch, whatever. And then hey, we'll make any little updates we need before the game releases. But doesn't the game come out in like April? And it's like $40. Fam, it's not that serious. Like I could have just done a playtest. I
don't know why they said that. It's weird. I don't know why they said that. Very strange. But I mean, I did see like some of the bigger YouTubers that do a lot of like Switch content. They streamed it, and I saw there's like a clips channel on YouTube. They have all clips where they just are playing it. And I was like, well, if he did it, then it's fair game. Ain't coming after nobody. And even if they did, it'd be really petty. Like, why would you do that? But from what I saw a couple of videos. They just had they had tennis, they had bowling. They had the little sword fighting thing, Chambara, which from like Wii Sports Resort. So from what I saw, tennis look like tennis, bro. Like it looks like it was 2v2, 1v2. If it's like one, you just control. Well, in this case, no. So if it was 1v1, like on the original Wii Sports, you would control the first person, the front person, the rear person. And whenever you waved your Wiimote, whoever the closest to the ball, they would
with swing. Yeah.
This one looked like, because one person I saw, it was 1v2. They're playing 2 humans and they're on their side, and he was playing him. He had just a CPU, which is interesting.
Oh, so it was a CPU person and him.
Yeah,
the CPU person was handling their own business, and they were handling their own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which was interesting, and that's what it looked like to me. At first, I was
person like perfect.
No.
I was about to say
they're regardless.
That's come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. But also, I think a lot of people were reacting because it's fresh and new, it's a Joy-Con, So that's all I got from that. Tennis is tennis outside the CPU thing. Bowling is interesting. I didn't notice this how So 2 things about bowling I noticed. One, so if y'all remember back in the day, when you used the Wiimote, you flick your hand like you're bowling for real. You would let go of the trigger, right? The flick of the wrist.
I used to kick his ass. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Facts.
Not even deny it.
Oh man. Well,
you beat my ass.
No shit talking today.
I'm an honest man.
I'm honest. Yeah,
honesty is key. All right. I appreciate it.
I still
Hey man, I took L's.
It's true. But yeah, like back then when you like flick it, you have to let go of the trigger, the B button. So you let go of the bowling ball. Apparently, you just hold it the whole way and you'll just go. But since it's the better gyro of the Joy-Cons, you can actually like influence your spin better. So I was seeing people hitting these nice spins and getting strikes. I was like, wow, okay.
Oh, I'm nasty. Oh, it's over now.
Oh, but the coolest thing about it too is it's not just like you play and then a friend plays. Since these are all online things, it's you and like I think what 9 or however many, like 9, 10 other people playing online in one session. Yeah, it's like literally everyone bowling in one alley. And you see them like in the background and side to side bowling, hitting this stuff. And as you're playing, I think you play like 3 rounds and you have to I didn't count how many.
It like adds up your score or something, or
yeah, it adds up the score. So what it does is I think there's like, oh no, I'm sorry, it's not 3 rounds. Well, it is 3 rounds, but it's like an elimination thing. Like you start with like, let's say it's 16 players at first. I don't remember the exact number, but let's say it's 16 players, and then you play your bowl your rounds, whatever. And of course you add the points up. And then if you get like the top 8 will proceed to the next round. So the other 8 they hold the L and they can spectate or you can just dip out and match make for another game. And then you have that round. I think it's like Final 4, and then you do that. So it's all real time. That's really cool. I didn't think it was like that for online. That's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
And I'm sure you can just invite all your friends into one alley. You ain't got to go to COVID. I believe you ain't got to go to the painted pin no more, bro. Just hop on a Switch. Make some space in your living rooms and let's go. Y'all see all the space behind me. I'm right here with it. My screen is right here. And don't let me fuck up. Hey, shout out to our boy Adrian. Don't let me. He told me how to build a little home theater at home with the AV system that he got.
Oh, word.
And, yeah. Well, because I was giving him a hard time because he was like, "Yeah, I was watching this movie on my home theater," and I was like, "Who this rich nigga just talking to us?" Like,
a whole theater in your house.
Y'all know y'all can't say no rich nigga shit around me. I'm a ask. How you get that? What you mean? But nah, he got the dope little setup, with the screen, like a projector type shit. And I'm like, yo, that would be dope to do like just fun games, like party games, shit like that on a big ass. Like, yeah, I could do something like that. So something like I kind of want to do something like that in here since I got all this wall space and shit. So yeah. That sounds fire, bro. Everybody just in the alley by themselves and bowling.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that looks dope.
You can look around and see your niggas, man. Like, oh man, you're struggling, ain't you?
Metaverse.
Talk mad shit. Hey, look, you're right.
Yeah, facts. Hey, relax, man. Don't make me not be into this, man.
Metaverse sports.
Never have to play sports in real life again. I'm kicking y'all niggas' ass on the game, boy. Don't let them have basketball. Everybody about to be
right now. They're taking notes right now. They can put in their Quest 3s day 1 or whatever. Man. But in the last sport or whatever, the last event, the Chambar, the sword fighting. So I never played that. So I don't. All I remember from that is that like you had you had the Wiimote like this hold in front of you, and you had to like lightsaber fights almost. This one looks like you can choose one of 3 different types swords or weapons, whatever. You have your standard one, your anklet, block, whatever, hit, swipe, whatever. You have another one which is like double, so you can take both Joy-Cons and get like full dual wielding.
They gonna add a lightsaber update to that, bro. There's no way. No way the niggas at Lucasfilm don't combine with that shit and put lightsabers in there. No way. They're definitely gonna let you put a little Vader mask, Kylo Ren, Boba Fett mask, Mandalorian mask on your person. Potential. If you got a Mandalorian outfit, you get a dark saber. Come on, bro. They gotta do that.
Potential.
They're doing that. Yeah.
Have to do that.
Potential.
Have to.
Microtransactions, man.
Not gonna lie. Well, here's the thing though. They said they said the golf update is free. Yeah. The golf update is free. It's $40. I'm buying this game at $40. I might buy this game day 1 at $40. We gonna get some fun out of this in my house. So I definitely think I'll buy this game at $40 day 1. I'll probably buy this day 1. The golf is what I really, really want.
I might try.
I'm down to facts. Yo, Drew, we can stream me kicking your ass in some bowling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you want the hands?
So tennis. That's where you're wrong, my friend.
Okay, well let's drop. We can play bowling now. We can bowl today, bro. We don't gotta wait, bro. We can stream bowling today. We can end this podcast right now and go stream bowling if that's what you want to do. I know you won't. We can. So all I'm saying is,
I'm about to hear about it.
No, Drew. The switch, bro. Stop playing with me.
I got the switch right here. I'm reaching off screen.
He wanted the original
off screen goes crazy in this apartment. What?
I'm going to draw.
This looks
draw. You playing with me? You playing with the wrong nigga, bro.
I still have that one Clubhouse game. I still have it with the bowling on it.
I mean, I've only played. Clubhouse is the only. It's the bowling.
You only played it once. The one.
I bought that shit for bowling.
That's true. Bowling and pool.
Yeah, and pool.
I played pool a few times on there.
I'm getting twisted on here, man. We got. Well, you can't see it.
Okay. Well, you know
Clubhouse
what?
Game is on there.
I have to find the icon, but it's
now you got to find the icon. You got to download. You got to figure out where it comes. I I know. Next thing you know, it's
somewhere.
tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. You're like, oh, bro, I fell asleep. I got distracted. Cam came over.
Man.
I know.
There it is. There it is.
But click it though. But click it.
I don't have the cartridge in. I didn't get it.
This cartridge ass nigga. Now this nigga need a cartridge.
Now this nigga right now.
Excuses.
I'm gonna go with
Send that nigga to find it.
What the hell? He got everything in front of him.
Everything else under his desk but that cartridge, nigga. The whole world under this nigga's desk but that cartridge. Okay, bro. Okay. Nigga, something else.
Oh,
you really think I ain't out here? You really think I'm playing?
I'm making you get it. I need to eliminate all
it's still there. Look at that.
I'm about to say, is it in there? You sure? You sure you ain't put that in a 3DS case?
Nah, I'll be down to throw down Boba, the real Raptor. Real talk. I mean, I did look at this game last night. I was looking at shit to sell and clear out, and I was like, I'm keeping this. It's got 51 worldwide classic. Can't get rid of.
Come on, man. You always got a good time playing some. What's that one game I be playing on here?
Honestly, should have just expanded on that instead of making the Wii Sports shit.
Well, I mean,
but they don't own this, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, Nintendo made this. They did. They I forgot what team. I have to look it up. But there was a version of this on the DS. That's why. I didn't know that until people on the internet were like,
they definitely should have done
a sequel.
Nintendo definitely published this. Why did they just? Oh my goodness! They should have definitely bumped this up.
Because they need grandma and aunties to get a Switch after all this year they've been playing on the Wii and play Wii Sports or Nintendo Switch Sports. That's why.
They could have just jumped this up. They already got toy boxing. Just make that boxing. They got toy baseball. Make that baseball. You got the slot cars. Just make that me sitting in a car and changing my shit. They got the golf on. Got soccer. They got all the shit, and then also we can have all the card games and shit on here that we play. You ever played War on here or Speed? Boy, you be getting my ass kicked. Don't put that shit on hard, bro.
I'll probably be trash.
Them card games on here. Let me tell you that. Them card games on here.
I thought it was nice of those fellows, so I played on here. CPU. I was like, God damn it.
Play Ludo. You want to be frustrated? Play that game Ludo, bro.
I don't think
that shit is.
What is Ludo again?
You said
Ludo? Trouble. Ludo. It's Trouble.
Oh, Trouble. Oh, okay.
It's Trouble, but it's all randomly generated. And I'm telling you, bro, that game will piss you off to no. Put that shit on hard and play
Trouble already pissed me off, man.
Yeah. Now piss yourself off with a computer Trouble magically getting rolls when they just need them. That bullshit. Just need one more roll to knock my nigga that's one away. Perfect.
Trouble might actually be a longer game than Monopoly. It might.
It is. Well, it can be. Unless they get mad lucky. But on here,
I might put this in the Switch today.
Play Ludo, bro. Play Ludo and
I didn't play all the games in this. I'm not gonna lie.
Feed your anger. Feed your inner anger by playing Ludo.
I'll find the game I got most frustrated at.
The anger. I play Mario Kart.
Hey, yo, got me getting the games I've been about to put them back in the Switch. I need to get the cobwebs off in Mario Kart.
You see how nice this is, and this is why I'm the opposite of Draw, because I'm the digital game.
Yes, you are.
It just makes me so much happier. Like I don't have to go look for shit. It's either there or it's not. Nigga, either I got it or I don't.
I do.
Ian know how bad I was about selling games and shit. It's either yo. I was a broke gamer nigga, bro. Like, yo, we selling this. This
nigga convinced me to buy Bloodborne, and the same day he sold the game.
Because that shit was but to me, it was the next day. It was the next day. And
we're supposed to play that together, man.
Well, here's the thing. I still feel bad about that. But it's two things. One, the PS4 didn't have any games, and I felt like I didn't do enough research on what Bloodborne was. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So when we got into that, we started doing all this character development, Dungeons and Dragons shit. I was like, yo, this is not what my mind wasn't ready for this. And then I get in there and it's just some big ass shit kicking I was like, yo, this, nah. Let me go beat Knack. I'm over this. Y'all can keep this bullshit. Bloodborne shit, man. Wait till Knack 2 is free. And was it free already? No, they gave away the first Knack. Wait till Knack 2 is free and I platinum that for on y'all niggas, man.
Yeah, I heard Knack 2 was
You can't
decent.
even platinum Knack 1 without having players.
A buddy.
Other buddy that played Knack 2. Man,
Yeah. You gotta have somebody else that played it. That shit is some bullshit.
No, I do. Yeah. You know what? I know we kind of made like, it's not really mean, but we kind of made like a small joke between us about the Order 1886. I should try out one of those Knack games because that became a meme on its own. People just forget about the Order 1886. The Knack memes are like, oh, this ain't as good as Knack and Knack 2, baby. It's nothing like that. So maybe one day they don't even have it on the PlayStation.
Knack.
They don't even have it on there. They
Where?
See what's good. Outside of it being like, oh, this game is pretty on PS4, but one day.
Oh yeah, no. They don't try to sell that shit to you at all. You know.
They're like, nah,
don't find it. They want it.
Still $60, right?
Back, I'm sure.
I better fucking not be. Hold on.
I'm about critically acclaimed.
Garbage. Come on. Knack 2 on the PlayStation is still on the PlayStation 4 store is $20 now.
That's not bad. 60. That's not 60.
$20 is probably not that bad. And I'm sure the powers in this are even bigger. And
both Knacks are 20, I think.
The first Knack is 20?
Yeah, I just found on their site. I just Googled Knack PlayStation.
Yeah, both are 20. But the first Knack is on PlayStation now.
As in now, I'm not going to say that on PlayStation now.
It might be better off streaming.
I might as well just, if I
once they integrate PlayStation Now into our
yeah, I'm waiting for that. Yeah, honestly, you know what that reminds me when the Nintendo thing happened. I made a kind of a joke tweet. Well, I was half joking, I was half serious, where I was like, watch PlayStation announce their Project Spartacus like real soon to capitalize on everyone shitting on Nintendo for this.
Oh, that's yeah, 100%.
And instead of doing that, they purchased Bungie.
Hey, why not both?
Because they're gonna give us the Sony streaming site for also included in your PlayStation. You can you don't have to use it, but just as a free tidbit to y'all PlayStation guys, we got a bunch of movies, Sony movies streaming here for free, man. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Man, that's
on the PlayStation.
Fire, man.
Oh, well, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, that gets you in there, right? That's what I thought. Sound good, right? Yeah, I guarantee you something like that's gonna come out when they try to.
Right now, it's like on Stars, right? All of them.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to go to Stars.
Stars. I forgot. With a Z at the end.
With the man. I'm lying. People watch Power. I know people out there watch Power, but yeah.
Oh, Power's on Stars. Okay.
Power's on Stars. Yeah.
With a Z at the end.
Yeah.
With a Z. Oh, with the Z at not Stars.
Oh, my bad. Power's with a Z at the end. Shut up, man.
Funny. Okay, I didn't know where Power aired, so that
Power is literally holding Stars up, bro.
They got one. I think that
Power is the only thing that Stars has. Niggas will talk about how they cancel the Stars at between seasons, bro.
What was that show? With the gods. It had
American Gods.
American Gods. That was a good one.
That was a good one too. That was a good one. We talked about that on here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they had American Gods on there too, but American Gods you could also just catch on TV. So it was like if you were watching it like as it came out, it's not like it was exclusive to that shit.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Power you can catch on TV too. Anyways, whatever. Most of this is probably gonna be cut out anyway because we just been kind of.
Let me talk the last bit about Shambara, and then we can answer back, and then the final sword in Shambara is the charge one. Which it looks like it's a little larger than the standard sword. I'm not really sure how the mechanic works. Just watching it, and the people I watched, they didn't really use it. I just saw the people using it. But I'm guessing like if you block enough hits, you'll see like a color will go up to the sword like a meter almost. And I think if you do one swipe, it'll send them back really far. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. But the couple of people I did watch videos on. The initial rush of people trying to bombard Nintendo servers, I think it stuttered, but after that, it worked good. I think, I would say 20. I think there's at least 1 or 2 more sessions today. If I find a decent enough video, I might post it. So in the chats, just be like, oh yeah, this happened. But yeah, overall, slam dunk, bro. I mean, Wii Sports 2, like it's gonna be a slam dunk. I just want them to put I want them to put boxing in because boxing was my shit. That was the real shit. Put boxing back in, we in there like swimming. But yeah, that's console T.
Dope, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode, man. We talked to Doctor Strange trailer, hype. We talked Boba Fett. Gave it all our ratings, our thoughts and reviews on it. Suck it, haters. We talked about our Kanye exclusive STEM player Donda 2 and all our thoughts on that. And then we also got into some Nintendo and Horizon gyros and all this stuff. So a lot of cool, fun stuff there, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, enjoy. It's been 2 ugly nerds, but there's 3 of us. Gerard still won't see me in bowling. Peace.
We don't have hands, bro.